Did you see what I just made?
Bam, we're live. No, you just posted it?
Yeah, I had a feeling. Actually, no, I kind of wanted you to not see it. It's just on there. You'll see it later or now if you want.
I want to before we dig in, man, what a great show we have. Damn, you made so many videos. Have you still been making a video every single day?
Every day, no matter what.
That was hilarious when you showed your first video.
Yeah, right. That's the one that you hated.
Oh, is that
because I used your clip and I used Froning talking about steroids and
yeah.
You're wearing shorts again.
Oh God, damn! You're pointing out all this shit, which brings me to my first thing. You are a bit of a you fancy yourself as a movement expert, and I fancy you.
Whoa! I don't think I ever said that. I don't think I fancied myself as a movement expert.
Scratch. Take two. I fancy you as sort of a movement expert, a connoisseur. How about that?
Okay, that's more fair. Yes.
I don't even know what the fuck that word means. Hold on. Making me use big words. Connoisseur.
Are we all alone? It's just us. No Sea Beaver.
No, an expert in matter of taste.
There you go. Okay.
In matters of taste, you have thoughts about you like to think about movement and kind of as the great Romanoff, the running coach Romanoff says, you're interested in sort of the endpoints. Like, do you know about pose running? About how
I took the CrossFit endurance course on pose running.
Yeah,
I think Brian McKenzie was the guy at the helm of it when I took it.
Did you like that class?
Yeah, it was great. It was all pose running, which is Romanoff.
Yeah, he's a smart dude. I really like the way he thinks.
I think it's different now. I'm not sure how it changed up, but I know it changed after I had taken it. But it was like a 2-day course. It was pretty cool.
I want to show you this video, and I know that you're more about so there's two questions I have for you. I want to talk to you about the what you see in this video in terms of the range of motion, but something that you normally don't do that I would like to ask you to do is to pass judgment on whether you think this was intentional. So by that, I mean, I think, here's a good question. Do you think that Brooke Wells intentionally clasped her legs together around the rope? I'll go first. I think no. I think it was a, some sort of automated neurological response.
Okay. What do you want me to? Yeah.
What do you think?
You said you're going to show something, but we all know what we're talking about, right? Which is
I'm going to show something totally different from CrossFit, but it's a different movement standard. Okay. But what do you think about that? Normally, you don't. I don't feel like you don't pass judgment. You usually just say, answer. "Oh, she didn't clamp her legs," and we all go, "Oh," or you say, "Hey, she clamped her legs," and we're like, "Oh shit, no rep." But now I'm asking you to go one step further, just friend to friend. Do you think
the step further that I like to go is you saw my video, maybe the Instagram reel with Travis Mayer talking about the muscle ups, and he understands that what he does blows him up. And the question is, does he move away from his perfect muscle up repetitions to do what the field is doing, or does the entity that be the CrossFit judges, Adrian Bosman and company, level up the playing field so that they all match Travis Mayer? In my opinion, you force everybody to match Travis Mayer, because did Brooke Wells do that on purpose? We saw at the end of the workout that she was struggling quite a bit with rope climbs. And I think that there's something did she do it on purpose? No. But I think that subconsciously, or there's just something like built into her that is going to cause her to make each and every rep as easy as it can be. And does that make sense? So did she do it on purpose? Probably not, but it probably did make it just a touch easier so that each ensuing rep wasn't as hard. And she was trying to avoid blowing up, which is the exact same thing Travis Mayer was talking about. The answer, if you see females who are really trying to not touch the rope with their legs, it looks very different. It looks nothing like Brooke Wells. And I've actually been sent a couple of high-level females. It's like, this is what it's supposed to look like. And their legs are about as wide as they can get to make sure that they don't get no reps called on them. They are, in that instance, doing what Travis Mayer does. Making
the women keep their legs open as wide as possible in order to get a no rep. I just want to make sure.
In order to not get a no rep.
In order to not get a no rep. Okay.
Yeah. So does that all make sense?
A friend of mine, this girl I know, her husband's this giant man. And he's giant. He's like 6'5". And she was saying because he's so broad, she was telling me that fucking is like awkward. Because like, God, I gotta
get that picture of the mountain with his wife or fiance.
No, but I got to get her to explain that to me again. Is he a giant compared to her?
Do you know the Mountain?
Yeah.
The world's strongest man. He deadlifted like 500 kilos.
Yeah, that's
His
Thor.
his
He beat up my
fiance.
friend Devin Lorette.
Yeah, I remember. Okay. Yeah, his wife or fiance has to be 5'2" at the tallest, and maybe 110 pounds.
She said something about how it's hard on her hips getting them around his body. Anyway,
you never had that? You never had anyone tell you that before?
No.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Not until you go on California hormones and
not until I start banging midgets.
Well, you're just gonna get so big from California hormones that your wife's gonna be, you know what? This hurts my hips now.
I am pro-choice, and I will not be getting on California hormones.
Amen.
Okay. I want you to try. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to watch this video, and there's a woman in blue here. Do you see her?
There's a woman in blue. I see her.
And then next to her, there is a child, which looks like a young girl.
There's two children, right?
Yeah.
Which one are we talking about?
The one that's directly next to her. Now, I want you to watch and tell me, okay, what did you just see right there? Tell me what you...
The child.
Okay. I want you to watch the woman in the blue one more time. Here we go in slow motion.
She's like kind of hitting the girl. It looks like she's...
Okay. Keep watching. Keep watching. What do you see here? Okay.
All right. There's the arrow again. Oh, she shoves her.
Is that what you see, Hiller? Let's watch a couple more times. It's a woman who's 80 some odd years old in blue. What did she do there?
It just looks like she's brushing her away. I feel like I'm being set up. It looks like she's got her arm and she's just...
there's no trick here. It does seem that way, right? Does that look intentional to you? Does that look like that's on purpose to you? Or is that an accident?
It seems as if she's the person in blue, who I don't know who that is so caught up in what she's doing that she's like, oh, this thing's in the way, and that thing happens to be a child.
Yeah. That's exactly how it turned out. That's an 81 or 82-year-old lady who the world knows as Nancy Pelosi. Her husband was arrested for drunk driving just up from my house.
I know that name.
A couple months ago. Now look at her push this child. Now I want to show you who this child is.
Am I going to get a whole bunch of shit for not knowing who Nancy Pelosi is? She's
yeah. Sorry about that. You're going to take an ass pounding that's worse than the Mountain's wife takes. But but this is fucking incredible. So this and I needed you to show. I needed a movement connoisseur in order to explain that. That Nancy Pelosi, I believe, is the Speaker of the House. She's the number 3 person. If Joe Biden died and Kamala Harris died, that person becomes the president. She's like super Democrat, right?
Okay. When does she start doing squats that I can start talking about?
Now listen. This is. I'm going to get you off this real quick. I'm sorry. I'm going to cut you loose here in just a minute, and we'll get to the real stuff.
It's okay. Let you do your thing. I'm just fucking with you.
This is the 5-year-old girl, 6-year-old girl she pushed. This 6-year-old girl, what you were just looking at was the swearing in of the first Mexican American woman in Congress. If you give a shit, I don't. I just like it that she's a fucking Republican. But some people care that she's a Mexican American woman. She cares. Supposedly the Democrats care. And she pushed this fucking girl's daughter at the fucking inauguration, at the swearing in ceremony.
Oh man.
Is
there any sort of backlash about that?
Do you know what you would do to Hiller do you know, Hiller, what you would do to someone if they did that to your daughter?
I know what you would do if someone did that to one of your boys.
Yeah, it would.
I've always been told that, like, once you have a child, you have a completely different headspace about it. So I don't even think I could imagine what I would do. But I'd probably fucking kill her.
I wonder if my mom if that would be enough to push my mom to stop swearing to the allegiance of the Democrats to see.
Well, it's because what it looks like to me is it looks like they're all just staged there, right? And it's like, let's put the kids up there. Yeah. And then, like, maybe you don't want to do it, but maybe you're doing it for a public image. The kids are up there, and then she shoves your kid, although you may have not wanted to put your kid there in the first place, and then you lose your shit.
I would love it if a fucking elephant came in the room and just grabbed Nancy Pelosi with its trunk around her waist and drug her outside. Oh, no, my mom says it's not enough. It's not. She's still a long.
Oh, she's here. Hey,
yeah,
Rosemary.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's your girl, Miss Pelosi, shoving a 5-year-old Mexican-American little girl, shoving her. God,
So
I wish she would. I wish she had punched. I wish she had punched her in the crotch.
The girl?
Yeah, or pulled off Nancy's wig or something.
Who were you just talking to that said? Was it you or was it someone else? Where they were talking about there was Chase on his show, and he was talking about how when he was a kid, his dad told him to punch a kid in the nose, and he did it the next day, and then he went to the office, and dad's like, all right, now you got to control it. That girl needs to have that conversation, and next time she gets shoved, she's gonna punch someone right in the crotch.
Yeah.
And you heard it here first.
Okay, I got another video here. The man in the red here, Hiller doesn't know I have this video. The man in the red here is Andrew Hiller. And the guy in the blue is CrossFit Inc. And I got this from a security camera here.
Oh shit!
It's not good. Wearing a helmet doesn't always work, guys. Look at this shot. Look at the first shot. He pops the helmet open, and the second shot he gets it in the helmet.
The helmet. Dude,
Oh.
this dude is unloading on this man. This is awesome. Where is this?
That's I don't know. I just
Crib.
saw that and I thought, oh my God, that's Hiller and poor CrossFit Inc.
Whenever I see like hard colors like that, red and blue, I always think about the Power Rangers.
You're a good dude. How old are you?
I'm 30. Power Rangers were my thing growing up.
You're a good dude. Okay, this is how the show was supposed to start, ladies and gentlemen. And then this morning I saw Nancy Pelosi pushing little kids, and I was like,
I was kind of always wondering when you were going to start talking politics with me, and I'm going to be like, I don't give a shit, man.
I don't give a dick. Okay, here we go. Listen to this. The best 2 videos, in my opinion, that Andrew Hiller put out are up now. I don't know if it's his most recent one, but it's definitely from yesterday and the day before. If you have not seen them, you should go see them. Even if if you love him, you're really going to like him. If you've been watching from the beginning, you're going to lose your mind. He really puts all the dots together. You're going to feel good that you stuck around with him for the last year. And if for some reason you ever were soft like me, and you were kind of like judging Andrew for being too harsh, he will unfuck you if you see these 2 videos. Okay, but this is on his Instagram, and this is sort of a preview, explanation of how these videos work. I was dying laughing when I saw this. Okay, here we go.
The HQ got it. They reviewed it.
This is Danny Siddell, by the way, old school CrossFitter, showed up on the scene. Everyone thought she was going to be the next big thing, and she wasn't. But still, an amazing person. That's not a dig at her.
And there was 5 bad reps, so they disqualified me.
She got 5 bad reps, and she was disqualified. That's a video that Andrew Hiller showed us from 2013. She did 5 bad reps and got disqualified. Okay, I'm not going to interrupt again.
5?
2,000 years later.
Okay, I got to interrupt. Sorry. What's wrong with these reps, Tia? Is it the filming angle because we don't see her from the side?
It's that when she hits the ground, everyone will make but at some point in time the bar has to be on the ground on the bottom, and then an extension. It's not that it has to remain level, but that whole like bounce thing, they've never fixed that. And people bring up Frazier at the games in 2020 when it was online. It's like, you can go see that Frazier was doing it, and it's likely that him, Shane, and Tia do deadlifts this way because they know that they're easier, which
isn't that a stretch to put that in there though? Because that's not illegal.
It's illegal because if you were, and everyone's like, you slow it down, what is it going to do in real time? And when it's online, the judging team can slow it down. The weights are not on the ground at the same time.
That's one of the rules. The weights are kind of like a team. They have to be synchronized, touch the ground and come off.
I almost kind of beckon it to when you're doing dumbbell snatches, both heads of the dumbbell have to be on the ground at the same time. And if you
that's a rule,
you can't touch one head of the dumbbell to the ground on a dumbbell snatch.
That's in the CrossFit rule book right there, that you can't do that.
With a dumbbell or with a barbell?
No, with a barbell.
With a barbell, it says that it doesn't specifically say you aren't allowed to do this, but it does say that it has to go from the ground to extension simultaneously.
Oh, well, then she should have been DQ'd that year.
That's this year, by the way. That's this year.
Oh, you guys won't be seeing Tia in the games this year. I think they're going to have to review everything.
Hours later.
When it's time to party, we will party hard.
A few moments later. 3 days later.
I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
Brutal.
12 seconds later.
I almost feel like I should be telling you what these guys aren't doing since it's so small, but basically what you're seeing is a montage of people.
Many months later.
So there's been a lot of criticism around the accuracy of judging.
10 seconds later.
This isn't new. There's always been criticism of judging both online and in person.
I
I do think that we're in a hypercritical moment right now.
A few minutes later.
And so I don't see this season as being particularly different than others in terms of rate of incident.
But eventually,
Okay, that is a complete dismantling. I think and I could be wrong. I haven't spoken directly to Adrian or Justin, but the story is that this has always been like this. With Dave gone, there's an angry little dwarf Armenian man complaining, and Andrew Hiller, a guy who's just fucking so thirsty to be relevant on YouTube, have decided to make CrossFit the focus of their desperation. And this has always been happening. And it was an interesting response. Dave, when I interviewed Dave basically said, "Hey, I wouldn't have used that response even if it was true." Basically, like, that's not the response a leader gives. But now it's all a moot point. MOOT, moot. I want to look that up for you guys. Moot.
A moot point.
A moot point. Mom was an attorney. That's how I know dumb words like that. A subject to debate, a subject to debate, dispute, or uncertainty, having little or no practical relevance. Yeah. Now, typically because the subject is too uncertain to allow for decision. Well, that's not why it's moot. It's moot because what Andrew just showed completely squashes that. If you go look at those videos, he's showing people who did 5 fucking reps wrong and were tossed. He shows us affiliates who were told they couldn't judge, judges who were told they couldn't judge for like just 5 or 6 reps being wrong. Hello, this is CrossFit HQ. And not only that, CrossFit HQ puts out the articles from their media department. Thank you. Reporting that, hey, if you're an affiliate and you judge shit wrong, we still love you, but you won't be judging for the rest of the year. If you're judging, you judge shit wrong, you won't be judging for the rest of the year. And if you're an athlete and you fuck up, you're out.
You got to go somewhere. Oh, and then the athletes at that affiliate have to go to another affiliate to complete the workouts now.
Yes. Thank you, Mom, as opposed to mute. Mom, you're so smart. I will tell you this. All the horrible things my mom did to me, she always loved me, and my mom never did anything horrible to me. I love that in the Gazan interview. My parents still love me. I was like, yeah, my parents still love me too.
Thank God for that.
Can you imagine my poor mom? This isn't going to resonate with you, but I was raised just as hardcore Democrat, and now she's got me. Talk about fucked up.
I thought you were a Democrat.
No, I'm in what's that called when
purgatory?
I'm in rehab. I
don't understand.
I'm being fixed. But the indoctrination, I'm being unbrainwashed.
And that's what you're trying to do to everyone else. Have them join your unbrainwashing journey, I suppose.
Thank you, Mr. Hiller.
Dot connector. That's me.
Yes, the dot connector. I'm going to pull up Mr.
The biggest thing from that first video
is
that CrossFit HQ said that no longer the affiliate pulled the athlete name was pulled off the top of the leaderboard, and they couldn't compete anymore that year.
That was Danny Siddell.
That was both of them. That was both Danny Siddell and Josh Golden.
Okay.
So both of those videos, Friday's and Saturday's video. And then in Friday's video, Josh Golden, because the affiliate said it was okay, they had their ability to okay the rest of the affiliate's members taken away. That's something that was gone this year entirely. It's something that I knew probably 8-12 months ago, and they made that announcement that there was no longer the need to have the affiliate and you could just upload videos to the internet. I knew it would be an issue. It's like, how could they not have figured that out? So that was a thing through, I believe, 2020, maybe 2021. And then this year was the first year they removed the affiliate. And then also the judge was removed from their judging capabilities.
Do you guys
3
understand?
levels of removal?
I want you to explain that one more time about but last year when you turned in an open video, or in the past when Danny Siddell turned in an open video. I want you to walk us through the process of that and what's different today. This is really important, people. This is another reason why it makes no sense what they're saying out of HQ right now. And I think Brian Friend summed it up really well. Brian's like, hey, you and Andrew are kind of stuck in the weeds, pointing out the problems. The real issue is leadership. And I think in these two videos, Andrew connects that. But go on. So
the year
what's
is 2018. I'm at my affiliate. I have the affiliate of registry as my name, so I can go in there and I can say whether or not what was 20.1? Do you remember 20
Let's just say it's 100 burpees. Who cares?
All right, let's just say it was 100 burpees. And you had to do 100 burpees. Everyone has their score. Let's say you, Sevon, did it in 5 minutes. You go onto the CrossFit Games website, you submit your score of 5 minutes, and it just sits there. At your affiliate, let's say it was CrossFit Sevon, and I'm the guy who has to hit OK, it will just sit there until I hit OK. So you're like, okay, I'm at CrossFit Sevon. I did my 5-minute 100 burpee score, and now I'm waiting for Andrew to validate my score as the affiliate person on the registration.
So that's the third checkpoint. The athlete does the movements. That's checkpoint 1. The judge checks the movements. That's checkpoint 2. Now you have 2 people saying that the video and the movements are good. And then the third is the affiliate owner. And then he hits the button, and then it gets sent to Justin's computer.
It was typically the workout would be announced on Thursday evening. And then Monday evening, you had to have your score in as the athlete. And then by Wednesday evening, myself as the person who validated scores at my affiliate, that was the point. Now, what would happen is, I'm sure everybody who was around then would know, it's like, well, where's Rich Froning's score? Where's Rich Froning's score? I want to see what he got on this 100 burpee workout. You wouldn't see it until like either minutes after that or until whenever after Monday evening, because he didn't want anybody else to see his scores. And it was almost the game that the affiliate owner played, as it's like, all right, guys, when do you want me to have all of your scores go live? Some people would say they don't give a shit. Some people are like, we want to wait till the absolute last minute. But there was always the affiliate owner sitting there validating the scores for the affiliate.
And that was, and you knew that since they didn't have that final, and so when Danny Siddell fucked up her workout, all 3 of those people, there were ramifications for them. There was some athlete was told they couldn't continue. The affiliate was told they couldn't judge anymore for the rest of the year, and the judge was told they couldn't judge anymore for the rest of the year.
That's right.
And this year, tell me about the process about open work number. Tell me about the process.
As long as you have an affiliate to your name, your score would immediately populate the leaderboard. So let's say it was Friday at noon, you did your 100 burpees, you go on to CrossFit.com, you sign in, you put your score in 5 minutes. Right away, you can see where you stack up on the leaderboard. And in every year past, you had to wait for me to validate your score. Like, hey, Andrew, when are you going to validate my score? It's like, well, either A, when I see your video, or B, when I feel like it, which might be Monday night or Wednesday night.
It's nuts. It's nuts that they took out that rung. I wonder what year they did that.
I think it was 2022 was the first. It could be 2021 because it kind of coincided with COVID. And I remember chalking it up in my head saying the only reason that they would do this is because people are still not going to the affiliate. And they don't want to like ding people for not like wanting to leave their houses.
I'm going to skip to the last video. This wasn't supposed to come until the very end, but in the very last video that I watched that Andrew made, it's called "To Study History Means Submitting Yourself to Chaos." I don't understand the title, but and that's the video that went up 21 hours ago. But in this video, Andrew proposes this idea. If you didn't do the majority of the movements correctly, quote, there has to be a point of no return.
Exactly.
Does that make sense to you guys? I thought that was very well said when he said that. So here's the deal. In what would have happened? We know Siddell. What was the workout? Do you remember that her 5 reps were?
It was a 10-minute AMRAP of 5 shoulder to overhead, 115.75, 10 deadlifts, and 15 box jumps. And
do you remember what her total was?
420 reps.
Okay, so that five reps that she didn't do wrong is like one less than. It's just over 1% of the reps she did poorly.
It's minuscule in comparison to the amount of repetitions that were completed on that workout.
Okay.
The parallel we can draw is you see the Tia Toomey workout, which I believe is 220 reps, or it was 100 deadlifts and 100 burpees. So it was 200 reps. And every single one of those deadlifts, in my opinion, does not count because she's doing that side to side.
And what about the hip and steel and Danny Spiegel? Were those over 1% of the reps?
Hip and steel doesn't even complete a movement correctly. He does the pistols, which he wasn't supposed to do. I show the muscle ups in that little blurb, and those didn't count. The Danny Spiegel video, the thing that I keep on bringing up is that on the penalty page given out by CrossFit, it's like the huge list. It says on there that majority of muscle ups did not reach extension, and that does not reach hip extension on the pistols. And then all of a sudden you're reading it. It's like, what did she do right on this workout? And then way back in 2013, you see that 1% of the repetitions were no good. And that was cause for invalidation. And present day, you're like, okay, so apparently she did 150 GHD sit-ups for time, and they're giving her a minor penalty, a major penalty.
So you guys, I wish I could provide you some facts. I don't know, but two things I'm trying to, as Andrew says all this, I'm asking myself, what has changed? What has changed?
What has changed?
The only thing I can think of is Justin Berg's at the helm.
And it was Dave.
And I would argue that that's a stretch of the word helm. It's fascinating.
Is there something above him so that, like, because apparently 2013 in those articles, you see he's the one to be saying we've removed the scores, and now it's 2022, and apparently he should have more power. But does he have more power, or is there someone saying you cannot remove these scores?
No, there's no one. There's no one. Like I'd be willing to bet. I don't know. I'd be willing to bet one of your testicles that that Justin answers to no one. There's no one. Yeah, he's not answering to anyone.
Roger that. I am hoping that next year that they don't need to say shit this year, but next year they have to have like this huge like commandment list. It's like, these are the things that we're going to change this year as a result of last year. And then that'll be good. I just wish they would start saying things like they do in their little write-ups. It's like, we removed Andy Siddell's score. That's one instance, and they wrote about it. They don't do that at all anymore. Something happens and we never hear about it ever again. Right?
Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, I agree with you. So I want to go to something. Ryan Jevning called in on the last show that I think no, Hiller wasn't on it. It was a live call-in show, and he called in and said that he was concerned that I was being negative and Hiller was being negative, and he took it even further, saying that.
Oh, that was Ryan.
Yeah,
I heard that bit. Okay.
I want to be very, 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 very clear. To call Andrew Hiller negative would be like to call someone who reports on the Armenian genocide negative. He is, I would say he's more of a historian and an anthropologist in the CrossFit space than someone who's negative.
Go ahead and reread the title of that last video. You said it already.
Yeah. To study history means submitting yourself. Sorry, one more time. To study history means submitting yourself to chaos. Is that
what are we saying right now? Yeah, Justin Berg said that. That direct quote from Justin Berg.
That is?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I was like, holy shit, he's taking it in he's manifested his own reality. Who did say that?
I have no idea. I literally just I'm gonna go look up some historical quotes, and I would misquote it. Begins with an H. But
I see what you're doing there. You're basically saying, yeah, you're saying that I'm a historian and anthropologist, and and you're studying history.
That's it. Look at what they did and see how it goes.
And he's putting context and relativity to all the workouts, to the movements, to the scoring, to the judging. It is, if this is a sport, there have to be rules and boundaries. There just have to be, or else it's not a sport. It's not the cornerstone. It's the foundation of sports.
How do you like that one? If you don't know history, it's as if you were born yesterday. If you were born yesterday, then any leader can tell you anything.
Yeah. Someone wrote that in the comments.
It's just like the top thing that I put in the description.
Oh yeah.
Again, from who? Yeah. I just like it in relation to the point I was trying to drive across there.
Howard Zinn. I think Howard Zinn's the founder of Starbucks. No, I'm joking.
Hell yeah.
So a smart man knows all the details. But a capable man who doesn't have to be smart puts them in context and relativity. And that's what Andrew's doing. I think it's crazy to say that it's negative. It probably feels negative if your name's Justin Berg. I mean, you're just getting exposed at every turn.
It depends on whose shoes you want to put yourself in, right?
Yeah.
So if you just constantly think it's like, well, how do you think Justin Berg feels? And it's like, well, he has a choice to how he wants to feel. He's the only one who has a choice. So when I hear like, hey, you're being too negative, it's like, well, I don't think most people think so. And if they do, it's probably because they feel bad for Justin Berg. And why?
I feel a little bad for Justin Berg.
Why?
Just because
you can give me an answer.
Just because of no, I never want to see any of my fellow humans, even the worst of us, the people who've done the worst. I have some I don't know if sympathy is the right word. But I don't want anyone to I just wish everyone could be better.
At what point is there a point of no return to which you feel bad for people?
None. Even fucking Hitler. Like a part of me is like, yeah, that sucks. He had to go.
That is unless they hurt your kids.
Well, even then I feel bad. Then I feel really bad for them.
Someone hurts one of your boys, you can feel bad and sympathy for the person that did that to your kids.
I just feel bad for them. I don't want to go into what the details.
You feel bad for the fact that you'll probably murder them for hurting your boys.
Pour gasoline on their pubes.
Yeah, and then you feel bad that their dick fucking got lit off.
You have a video. It's called "To Be a Hammer." And you say in there you want them to say your name, and it's kind of a theme that you have throughout all your videos. Why do you want CrossFit to say your name? Why do you want them to recognize you? I don't. Whenever you say that, it catches me off guard. It feels like a scratch on the record.
A scratch on the record.
like I'm like, whoa, where did that come from?
It's just kind of been the thing the entire time. It's just like a driving force. So, but there's a hierarchy to this. There was a point in time where almost I wanted you to recognize that we were on the same team. And then there was a point in time where I wanted like the Talking Elite Fitness Chases to recognize that the things that they were talking about, they were only talking about because I brought them up in the first place.
Right.
And now the next peg on the totem pole is CrossFit Games. And the only reason that he says the stuff that he's saying on the press conference is because of my videos and our conversations, yours and mine. They should be talking about us. Oh yeah, I saw that video, and it's like, what is it? Not professional? Are they too cool? Like, what happened to CrossFit again? You know.
Very, very well said. Very invalidating a score is not like committing a crime. Don't feel bad. Him not holding athletes accountable is worse than athletes' poor standards. But I hear you, George, and I agree with everything. But the feel bad part is, I even feel if it's like a hunter even isn't. I think even a piece of a hunter as he drops a deer doesn't feel good. But you feel great because you're bringing food home to your family. Say that again, Hiller?
Yes, yeah. They kill the deer because they're trying to feed their family, and everybody understands why it's being done the way it's being done.
But as a sentient being, you see another sentient being drop to the ground, and you don't. That part's not ideal.
Sentient being.
That's like a conscious, a being that is aware of itself, unlike computers. Me and Sevan DM multiple times about Andrew Hiller way before having him on. Sevan didn't want to talk to him because he thought he was just the steroid guy. Well, thanks, Steven, you asshole. I don't even know who he is. He made that up. That's not true. I never DM'd anyone about you.
Look at how forgiving you are, though. I was the steroid guy, right? You saw that video. You're a man of you look back and you change your mind.
Team, please ban Steven Pillar from all of our Instagram.
No.
Plyler. Sorry, I said your name wrong. Pillar.
Pillar.
Yeah, a lot of people would be like, "Hey, have you seen the video?" And I'd be like, "I'm not interested."
Look at you. Look at all those red lines. You've seen every single one of them.
Oh shit. Hey, and I don't know why that contaminated supplements one doesn't go all the way to the end. I watched that one too.
How would you like that one?
I do not want you.
That one?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. I do not want you guys to say my name. Do not say my name. You guys are gonna. Anytime any one of you says my name, I will unleash the fucking holy hell on you and the dragons. Do not say my name. I do not want you guys talking about me. And I promise you I will. If you say my name, I will unleash holy hell on you. I do not want to be a part of any of your fucking lies and low integrity bullshit. I'm not here for the same reason Hiller is. Hiller cares and is trying to make things better.
What are you here for? What's up?
Just to find out about. I want to know about God.
Scorched earth, motherfucker.
Yeah, I
That's
just
what
want to
Stephan's
know.
here.
I want to know about where I came from before I was born and where I'm going to go when I die. In the meantime, I'm going to try to make some money off of Andrew Hiller's hard work to pay for jiu-jitsu classes. You know my deal. Dude, your car was stolen? Hey, dude,
Yeah.
that story you told about your car being stolen so resonates with me.
Why is that?
You wanted a car that no other dipshit had ever pushed the gas pedal down all the way to the floor.
Oh my God, dude.
You wanted to know it's only been pushed down 18 times. This door has never been slammed. And then your shit gets stolen and it's like someone fucked your girlfriend with a venereal disease. It's so fucking bad.
Don't get me fucking riled up, man. I get so frustrated about this. Yeah, it was sitting on I remember I went to the car dealership. My car was all fucked up and I'm wandering around. I'm like, all right, what's this car worth? And I walk out there and I see this car that I've always wanted. And I was like, this is it. This is the moment. I'm going to get this car and then I'm going to put everything in high gear so that I can afford this car.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, can I test drive it? And like, we don't even let people test drive it because they beat the shit out of it. It's literally got 4 miles on it. And that's from driving it here.
Yeah. They pulled it off the truck. Right.
And I was like, done. I'll take it. I'm buying it. And I'm like, I can't get a used one because of what you just said. I wanted to make sure that he said they beat the shit out of it. Everyone who has them, that's like almost the goal. I wanted something that I could take care of. And then it was stolen a month after I got it.
Did you ever find out who stole it?
It's kind of one of those things where you almost don't want to know. You don't want to piss them off. I know of a group that kind of does this stuff. I know so much about this. There's a page in Illinois. It's like Chicago area auto theft, and it's got 30,000 people. And that's how I knew that my area got hit all at once. It's like, hey, do you live over here? It's like, yeah, all of our Jeeps got stolen at the same time. There's like it's almost like a gang, and they're like, all right, we're gonna hit this area, take all these cars, like gone in 60 seconds.
When I lived in at Berkeley, there was like a 3-month period where everyone who had a Toyota pickup truck had their catalytic converter stolen. Because there's a piece of metal in there you could trade for a piece of crack. The cops came and told me. They're like, yeah, every single one's being stolen.
Yeah, there was a handful of things I didn't want to do. I didn't want to park the car in the garage because it's the gym, and I didn't want to beat up the floors, and I didn't want to get someone's used car, and now I have to do both.
Damn. They stole it from the driveway, the front of your house.
Correct. 4 a.m.
And
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I have cameras everywhere. Like, you know what was weird? I had it stolen. I made a post about it. You know what drives me insane? It's like someone does something cool, like gets a new job, and it's like, I'm proud to say that I accepted this job as a nurse at blah blah blah. It's like, all right, cool, you got a new job. I'm glad. I'm happy to say, and I never wanted to be the person that'd be like, hey, look at my car. This is so cool. And then like once it got stolen, then I was like, all right, guys, what the fuck? It's like how I got this car, it got stolen. I don't really know what to think about it. They found it. So the car that you have seen in the videos is the same one. And then I got it back, and it'll never be the same. Just like you said, it's like someone banged your girlfriend with a venereal disease. And it's like, well, am I going to get it this time? And right now it's in the shop because it's got to get the brakes fixed because it's like, I've never seen a car this bad at 8,000 miles.
God, I hate it when someone bangs my girl with a venereal disease. That sucks.
That's happened to you quite a few times?
No.
Never. But I would hate it.
Not that I know of.
To the grave. Kenya, my car was stolen about 10 months ago. It was stolen about a year ago, and I got it back about 10 months ago after they fixed it up. Ask him what they found in his car. They found a couple of AK-47s, a drum gun. They kidnapped somebody. They robbed a bank. All of that. I know about everything that happened in the car.
They found guns in it?
They found a drum gun, just like one of those. I don't know how many bullets, but it's like 50 plus bullets in it, plus a couple of AK-47s. It reeked of weed and like those grape vape pens. Just
that marijuana, the devil's weed. It's not like the devil's weed.
It smelled terrible. It was so bad. I bought an 03 generator, and I had to put it in there, so it just completely eviscerated. What does that smell like?
I'm listening to your story and I'm smelling weed at the same time, so I feel like I'm there.
It's like one of those interactive Disney things where like you're on the magic carpet and they blow the smell of whatever at you.
I had a guest the other day who showed me while we were on the podcast, he had a gun on his desk.
What was the purpose? I mean, I'm assuming it's cool that he had it.
Just in case someone comes in, they take one in the culo.
Yeah, so they had.
I can't believe you guys have guns in your country. They're so dangerous. Your country's so messed up.
There's guns everywhere.
Guns. I got into it in the I'm not going to drag you down that. Okay. 300,000 people signed up for the Open. I don't know
what year.
I don't know, but you talk about that, and basically you said, yeah, and soon there's going to be 300,000. I'm conflating videos now, and I apologize. And soon there's going to. Oh, here we go. My favorite country, Spain. Hi.
Hey.
Speaking of banging women with venereal diseases, welcome to the show.
Yo, Sevon.
Hi.
Hey, I'm actually saying your name right, Sevon.
Yeah. Will you say hi to Andrew too? I know I'm the big deal here, but he does have more subscribers on me than YouTube. He passed me up.
What's up, Andrew?
How you doing?
Hey,
What's your name?
My name's Connor.
Connor. Hi.
Hey, Sevon, are you really stopping at 500?
No. I don't even know where I'm at, but no, I'm
492.
That was just, I think, just a psychological, a psyop I was operating on myself. You know what I mean? Because I came into this doing this, kicking and screaming kind of, but now I'm like, I'm addicted.
Yeah, because it used to be the race to 500, and I haven't heard that in a while.
The race to 500?
You don't know what number you're at, Sevon?
Yeah.
No. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Is that I think that maybe you cracked a good joke, but I don't get it.
No, you legit used to say that like a year ago. You were saying this is the race to 500.
Oh yeah. And that kind of was it. I thought actually it would take me 2 years to get where I'm at right now, but like I'm cut from the same cloth as Andrew Hiller. I'm just completely bonkers. Everything I do in my life is like podcast material now.
So yeah, I was getting kind of sad because on the weekends that the semifinals would happen, you would rack up like 10 episodes.
Oh yeah, my team said those don't count. Game shows don't count.
What?
I know.
No, they count.
Oh, okay, good.
Well, it doesn't matter now. But I had a theory. You were gonna go out hot after the games, and that was gonna be 500.
Yeah, no, this is it. I think I fancy myself now as the world's greatest podcaster and comedian, and like I really have a crazy narrative going on in my head now. So I'm just gonna do it. But I'm glad you brought it up. And
all right,
are you in Spain, Connor?
Yeah, I live here.
Oh wow, what are you doing there? School?
No, military.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. There's a what?
Oh, there's a base here. So I'm stationed here it's been like over a year.
Okay. Did you see Andrew Hiller pop onto the scene?
I mean, I kind of first heard about him when y'all had some beef, and you didn't want to admit that y'all had beef, and then y'all kind of became like best friends.
Yeah. I hate it how that played out.
Did you like that meme?
But I think
my comment on your Lauren Khalil meme.
Good quality stuff.
Say. Oh, is that what that was? Say that again, Connor, and then I say that again.
Oh, I just said I think it's good quality stuff. What you and Andrew do, I listen to you guys all the time.
Cool, thank you. Hey, what branch are you in?
It's really confusing. I'm Air Force, but I'm on a Navy base in Spain.
Okay. Well, thank you for your service. I really fucking mean it.
I used to ask you for good news, and then you wouldn't reply.
Oh shit! What an asshole. Hey, send me DM me your address, and I'll because now we have really strong coffee. We have Paper Street coffee, and I'll send you out a bag.
Yeah, you've been on the Paper Street gang. Okay, I appreciate it.
For sure, brother.
All right, see y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Is that what did you do on the now I get it. You see that I courted Lauren Khalil the same way I courted you, like pretend like I'm scared and like you saw my
I see. You're not that easy to figure out, man.
Oh my God. I have one playbook. I'm a one-trick pony.
Yep. Once you figure out the way someone operates, it's easy. Hey, pull up the reel I just made. You're gonna like it a lot.
Okay. Hold on.
Just humor me for a second.
I love your reels.
Thanks. I think that they're rudimentary, and that's the appeal.
And your I just can't. I mean, your output is nuts.
What's that mean?
Just
I make a lot of them.
Yeah, your sheer output. Uh-oh. Is this,
Yeah.
Hey.
It's at almost 500. Here we go.
I'm already not liking it.
You're gonna love it.
No plan B, full steam ahead. I was watching Andrew Hiller's video that came out today. Can you believe how much better he's gotten? He shows a clip from his first video. Just from making a video every single day, this dude has like become a staple. And he's not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 times better. He's a whole new character. He's a whole new person. Just dedication, just putting it in.
Meanwhile,
I hate that it's live. I love that it's live. It keeps you accountable. I cannot handle it. I can't stand it.
one debt to society later.
Bam, we're live. Bam, we're live. Bam, we're live. Bam, bam, we're live. Bam, we're live.
Bam, we're live. We're early. We do whatever we want.
Do it! Get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Yes, you can. Just do it. Stop giving up.
There's just no plan B, fools.
What do you see that whole thing before you make it? Or is it kind of like you get started and it kind of is unfolding before you're seeing it for the first time as it unfolds before your eyes?
I'll get an idea and I'll start doing it, and it does develop. Like it evolves after the idea. So I'll just be sitting here clicking around and I'm like, oh, that'll be good. Oh, that'll be good. Let's add Shia LaBeouf to the end of it.
So it's
but at
crazy.
first I see that little clip of you early on with Dave, and you're like, God, I hate going live. And now all you ever do is go live, and it's like, bam, we're live, bam, we're live. We do what we want, bam, we're live.
You know,
same deal. You, however long ago, didn't do what you're doing right now, and you'll probably admit that you're much better at it, right? Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I interrupt more finally. I don't like when people are saying dumb shit. I just interrupt.
Same. What are you wearing on your? You have sweatbands on?
Dude, I'm coming out with Sevon podcast sweatbands. Do you know how excited I am?
Do you sweat a lot when you do these? Like,
no, this is to keep me warm. This is to keep me warm.
You live in California.
These are, I know, but it's in the morning here. There's fog.
Fog means cold, eh?
So you think because there's, and I like this. I think I'm going to jump on this if you don't mind. You think because 300,000 people sign up for the Open you should have 300,000 YouTube subscribers?
Well, I understand that there aren't 300,000 people who will be on YouTube, and that also something like only 10% of the people who watch my videos are subscribed, which means 90% of the people who watch just kind of come from whatever or don't want to click the button. I'm sure it's the same on your channel, actually.
Why don't people subscribe? Hey, I don't even know if people know this. Oh, wow. How come some sites? Oh, I have a question for you. It's weird that I wonder why everyone just doesn't subscribe. If you watch the videos, you should subscribe. But isn't there normally like a bell here that you can click and get notifications too?
There is, yeah. Why is there not? Maybe you have to subscribe first. Try it.
Oh,
subscribe.
Okay. Yeah.
And then click the bell. Yeah.
And then, okay. Hey, you know what I realized? You can do that on Instagram. I basically click your account, and I make it so I get notifications, and then I get notifications for everything, all live, all posts, all. You can do that on Instagram too.
Really?
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah.
They stole that from YouTube.
It's pretty fucking cool. I wonder if I know where.
The funniest thing I'd ever seen was I made a video called "You Have a Small Wiener," and somebody had like the notification set up for my channel, and they took a picture of their watch, and it says Andrew Hiller. As a text message, "You have a small wiener." So everybody that got that video just had a message from me saying, "You have a small wiener." I thought it was so funny.
I love it. You should.
So hit the notification bell.
Yes,
click
always.
on the size of your penis.
You made a video. Let me see if I can find it. What the fuck is going on here?
I'm waiting for you to dig into my GW video.
What's GW?
501516. The title of the episode.
Oh, the contaminated supplements one.
It's your show. They're your notes. I'm just here for the ride. When I talk, I feel like I get closer to the screen, like, and then I scoot back.
What I'm trying to understand my notes. Maybe you can help me here a second. This is why we can't have live competitions. Was there a video called that?
Was there? See, here's the thing about my titles is that I make them and I don't know what I call them anymore, so I couldn't give you an answer. People are like, I literally just try to get creative for all of 10 seconds, and usually I do. Here, I'll look. This is why we don't have. The red. It's just red. It's red, and it says you guys are freaking idiots.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see it.
This is one of my favorite videos of all time, by the way. It's not like my most well produced, but it's just straight up rage.
It's this one right here.
Yep.
This is why we can't have on. Okay, so tell me why you like it and what the premise of this video is.
I try to pick maybe like a 20 to 30 minute chunk of my day to go into the comments and answer as many as I can. And when I was in there, I noticed that on the Brooke Wells leg clamping video that I had gotten more negative feedback than I had gotten in any other video. And typically I'm a big fan of negative feedback, but that's if I think that it's justified negative feedback. When I was reading that negative feedback, all I could think is it's like, oh my God, nobody sees what's wrong here. They're trying to say that it's not a big deal. Like, why? How can you say it's not a big deal? Because you're saying it's not a big deal. That's the whole reason for everything falling apart in the first place. And then it's like the only people who are saying that, it gave me these will also be the people in the gyms who are like, I guess that squat was close enough. I guess that lockout was close enough.
And
it's like, so it's just the slow burn that is the degradation of the movement. And it's like, oh, if this isn't a big deal, then when does it become a big deal? Every single thing that's even slightly wrong should be a big deal. And I kept on throwing in like the dress is too short. Don't wear it to church on Sundays. If you have to ask, then you know the answer already. So the fact that people are even looking at it and saying that, oh, you know what, that's not that big of a deal, means it's a big fucking deal.
Right. It's funny. So someone made a comment in my comments on my Instagram the other day, and they said, you always take everything so literal. And then recently I was talking to someone about the Constitution. They're like, well, it's the spirit of the Constitution. And it's like, if I tell you to meet me somewhere at 4:00, it's literal.
Okay.
It's literal. You just have to have you have to understand why and when it's important for things to be literal and when it doesn't.
There are different types of people though, right? I think that
of course.
in other countries, like that means like within 10 minutes of 4:00, and that's just a cultural norm.
Or some cultures, like
odd.
in Japan, you can't even say no to someone. Hey, or you can't even say I don't know. Hey, do you know where the closest Starbucks is? And they'll just make up some shit because they don't want to be rude and say they don't know.
And all of a sudden now they've wasted an hour of their life. Like, it's not over there.
You're right.
So what was your point about that? You said you're too literal.
I don't know. It's just interesting when someone uses that as an excuse for their inability to like what they really should say is, I personally don't mind if Brooke Wells only squats below parallel half the times. Like they should own it. Hey, I really don't care if you show up to lunch 30 minutes late.
But you should care.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, exactly. But instead of putting it on you, saying it's not a big deal. It's none of their fucking. It is a big deal to you. And it is a big deal. It is a big deal to the person who's not going to win the $300,000 at the games because someone else didn't follow the rules.
On your last episode, you talked about Putin and how he can show up anywhere from 30 minutes to 4 hours late, right?
Yeah, who said that? I remember that. Yeah,
it was you who said that, I believe.
No, I heard it. Someone else said it too. I didn't.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was your guess. Was it Souza? I thought it was just you and Souza. Anyway, you said it was said, and it's like that's a power move by him, just showing that he can do whatever he wants.
Souza did
and no one's going to say shit.
Right.
The same thing can be applied here. It's like somebody has to step up and be the powerful force, and it just has to be the CrossFit judging hierarchy.
I think next year they really are going to do something.
I would hope so. They have to, right? Or
okay,
unless it's just a joke.
I'll get to that. Okay, I'm going to burn through some of my notes here, and then we can get to some of that. Because those are the last two videos you made, and they're the best ones. I mean, they're all great. This is why we can't have live competitions. Brooke Wells squeezes the rope with her legs. Do you feel bad for her at all? I know I've asked you this before, but when you make that video and you're showing that, do you feel bad for her?
1.6 million followers on Instagram. You can't
Okay.
worry about me.
Okay.
That's what I think.
What do you think about the judge was
If someone out there is making fun of LeBron James, Michael Jordan, do you think he cares?
Right.
That's the equivalent that I always draw.
Right. Okay.
And like,
has she blocked you?
No.
That's nice of her.
Yeah, not yet.
She shouldn't block you. She shouldn't block you.
Hopefully, she just understands. It's like,
yeah.
If anything, she sees it and she gets the feedback the right way. And if anything else, she's like, well, what the fuck? I have 1.6 million followers. I'm not going to listen to you. And I got away with it.
And you haven't said anything negative about her.
I haven't. Not that I have thought of.
No.
Just like, that shouldn't count.
How is the judge supposed to see that if he's standing behind her?
That's the biggest part of the video that I just didn't address because this one's going to be a operations and thing. Just like you squat.
I'll look for it.
The judge standing behind her. There it
is.
Yeah.
How the fuck is the judge supposed to see?
I've heard that it's because of the production of the media, and they can't.
There it is. Yeah, there's the judge back there.
How is he supposed to see? He's not.
So if you say, well, he should have been standing on the other side, well, then she could have turned around and I guess everyone. Wow.
Everybody's going that way because of the way the event's set up.
So that judge is on the wrong side.
Well, he's not on the wrong side. He's on the side that CrossFit put him in. And I've heard
I'm not putting it on him. I'm not putting it on him.
So we've got the fact that I've heard that.
My God! What a shit show.
They're given locations to stand in, and I heard it's because of the broadcast. But then we also have broadcasters who are intervening with Pat Vellner's handstand push-ups.
Yeah, that was great. I'm actually okay with that. I stand by every cameraman.
Judges, make sure you're out of the way because we need to be able to see what we need to see. But also the cameraman can go where the fuck he wants.
Dear CrossFit, on behalf of Andrew Hiller, thank you for putting the judges in the wrong spot so he can make a video and get 10,000 more views and 633 likes. Wow, that's a shitload of likes. Hey,
thanks.
No problem. I think you can put that in the error bucket, buddy.
The error bucket.
The error, ERROR, error number 172 this year. Put the judges on the wrong fucking side. One, it's a legless rope climb. Why are the judges like someone who does too much meth would come up with think that that's a conspiracy, that they did that on purpose? That's a fucking joke, dude. That is a fucking joke.
The biggest issue that I had is that I get so frustrated when people just don't understand what it is I'm talking about. And then they feel the need to like put their comments in. It's like, I don't know how to put my head between your ears. It's like, I that's what I try to do in my videos. It's like, I want to give you perspective. I want you to understand what it is that I'm talking about. And everyone's like, this didn't matter. Even if she did clamp her legs. It's like, obviously you don't know the effect that this is going to have on someone like Brooke Wells. And if she was given a no rep on this first round, which it looks like she probably should have been given, which I understand that the judge is in the wrong spot and maybe he can't make the right call. But let's say he was in the right spot, made the right call. She gets a no rep. All of a sudden, how she was failing at the back end of the workout, she's failing even worse because she doesn't have the capacity clearly to keep up with the rest of the field. And then the next person closest to her, Andrew, was 30 seconds behind. It's like, yeah, she might have been time capped if she was held to a standard given a no rep on the first round. It's the same thing with the Travis Mayer muscle ups. He's every single rep, it's 15 extra seconds of work time, but it's also all that extra time of like a static hold on top of the rings. It's like that's like the hardest part of the rings. You feel like the chest contract, you feel the triceps contract, and you're doing that for an extra 15 seconds where no one else is even worried about it. And it's the trickle down effect of the whole thing. So Brooke Wells,
on a 1 to 10, when you see Travis Mayer saying that, 10, he's a bitch for saying it. 1, he's fully fucking in the right for saying that. What would you say he is?
No one does what I do, right? No one's really done this whole deal.
Yeah. Did you get any bitch vibe from Travis is what I'm saying?
0.
Good. Okay. 0. Not even 1. He said, fuck your rating, Sevon. I'm giving him a 0.
It's the thing that everybody thinks about, but nobody wants to talk about.
Okay. This is not the event organizer's fault. This is the event organizer's fault, not the athlete or judge. Obviously not the athlete or the judge's fault, I don't think. And I don't think it's the event organizer's fault. I'm going to put it square on Justin Berg. It's just the fucking leaders at the fucking top. And I'm going to tell you this, the fucking 10 or 11 years that I went to a million regionals and games, Dave would be there on the fucking floor, stalking like a fucking cheetah. If you talk to him, he'd tell you to get the fuck away. And if he saw something like that, he would just be like, move all the judges to the other side. He would be refining that shit in real time. And I'm not blaming the event organizers anymore. I'm just going, everything's Justin's fault. He's the fucking leader. Sack it up, boy. Sack it up.
Scorched earth.
Yep. He's got to go. He's already got to go. They're idiots. You hired Dave, put him fucking in charge of the games. Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking idiot. You're at Daytona 500. You're at Daytona 500. You have a Daytona 500 and you have a Porsche 911 you can run on the track, or you have a Honda Civic and you're running the Honda Civic. You are clueless.
You said the I word.
What was that? Oh, yeah. I'm in big trouble with my wife probably for that. Okay, back to the Andrew Hiller homepage.
Dark Side Sevon is the best Sevon.
The athlete in 11th.
Oh, yeah. You talk about the Masters?
Yeah.
Our last episode, we talked about that a bit, but we didn't have the context that was Tommy Hackenbrook and his athlete.
Yeah. Masters semifinals, fourth video of the Masters debacle. This is the fourth video Andrew Hiller's made, where basically the Masters competition has just turned into a complete shit show.
Farce. It's a farce.
Tell me about the red flags. This is the point that's come up over and over. I believe that Brian Friend talked about this with other workouts. When you start seeing red flags on the leaderboard, tell me about what you see in the leaderboard that makes you go, "Uh-oh, we have a problem, Houston."
The workout is workout 5. The workout was a death by wall ball workout. They had to complete a certain number of workout wall ball repetitions within each window. The person who won the division had something like 43 repetitions on this wall ball workout. They had to take the 20-pound wall ball. They had to go to an 11-foot target. This guy, winner of the bracket, top 10 people, he got 40-something repetitions. The guy in third place has 114 repetitions on the same workout. That's a red flag. It's like, hey, Rich did Fran in 2 minutes. And it's like, okay, I can see that. And then the person in fourth place did Fran in a minute and a half. And you're like, wait a minute. How did he even move that fast? And then second, how did he beat Rich?
Right.
Let's say it's 2012 and everyone's like, oh, Rich is, no one's going to beat him on anything ever. That's the correlation there. So then we look at not the 114 guy, but there's a handful of repetitions in the 70s. Those are the ones that I highlighted in my first couple of videos, which were the athletes in the 70s. I had their videos, I showed the repetitions, and you can see the issue was they weren't getting below parallel, or they weren't getting the ball above the 11-foot target, which means that they had no right to be in the sections, the chunks of the death by that they were in, accumulating reps that they should have never accumulated. That then hurt the 11th place person and likely took them out of a spot that would have sent them to the CrossFit Games. And this is all because the CrossFit Games didn't even look at this workout. But
what do you say? Didn't look at this workout? Didn't look at the videos of it?
Well, which it's interesting because I can't say that because Tommy Hackenbrook said that his athlete in 11th had 2 no reps given for him. This is Tommy Hackenbrook, right?
Yeah.
And he, from his verbiage, said that he was rather harsh on the standards. Like he was trying to hold his athlete accountable in 11th. And then you can go look at the video of mine and you can see the 3 athletes. I don't know what they were being held to, but they were not hitting standards. I was giving as many as 15 no reps on their first set of 25 wall balls.
On their first set. So if that was 2013 and 14, no question they'd have been fucking kicked from that, disqualified.
Correct.
Their game season would have been over.
And mind you, that was the Open. This is the semifinals leading to the games. So that the implications on that were Danny Siddell and Josh Golden shouldn't have won the workout in the overall leaderboard. But the implications here are these people shouldn't be going to the CrossFit Games.
It's nuts.
I just don't understand it. There's only 10 people whose workouts you have to look at. And the biggest thing is I don't know how the guy in 11th had his repetitions looked at and like altered, but I don't know how the athletes in 7th, 9th, and 14th did not. Maybe it was 4th, 7th, and 13th.
So another thing that I was critical of Andrew about was, and a lot of people, they would be like, we need to know why Dave got fired. Fuck you. You don't need to know shit. Rosa can do whatever he wants. They don't owe you shit of an explanation. And then Andrew would be like, well, we need to know what's going on. We need more transparency. And Brian would say that too. And in my head, I'm thinking, fuck you guys. They don't have to say shit. It's theirs. Until he shows you these videos from 2014 and the precedent's already been set and everything ran smoother when everything was more transparent. I was wrong again.
Look at you just admitting things.
Anything for more subscribers.
And you're just a whore for the subscribers.
Whatever. Yeah. Watch. I need you to watch them too.
So you're saying that they should have said things because, well, they said he sent the athletes into the lake and they shouldn't have, but that was the morning chalk up.
Right.
And then they also retracted that article.
They did. Oh God. I hope that whole story comes out sometime.
You want to really know what I think? I think the NFL doesn't make many statements about the NFL, correct?
Yeah.
Usually it's like an ESPN or a CBS Sports or Fox Sports or whatever. They're the ones reporting on the NFL events. And at which rate I could see that that's how CrossFit is trying to go about it. It was one of the biggest criticisms of them for a long time, which was you're reporting on your own stuff. But doesn't it almost seem like what's your answer to that? Do you know what I'm talking about here?
Yeah, totally. Here's the thing. And I want to talk about your videos, but so CrossFit is a lifestyle and the sport is ancillary. It's our party. It's just a fucking party. That's all it is. That's what the CrossFit Games are, whether you like it or not. It's our fucking annual party. And the more you start to realize that, the better off you'll be. Let the athletes take it seriously. Let Andrew Hiller take it seriously. But the real thing that's going on is the affiliates and the lifestyle. And because of that, it was really, really cool that we had our own ecosystem with our own media pushing this so it would drive people to affiliates and we could control the narrative. That being said, there was this other narrative being spun by the jackasses out there in the community, and I won't say their names because I like some of them, but they would say that CrossFit was exclusive and didn't let other media people insert. That's not true at all. That's fucking not true at all. It's more inclusive than it's more exclusive than it's ever been. Not only is the media more exclusive than it's ever been, everything is clamped way the fuck down 10 times more than it's ever. All those fucking people, the Arm & Hammers, who complained, the LaFrancos, they could get all sorts of crazy access that they can't get now. The two biggest people in the space, me and Andrew, the most potent, maybe biggest isn't the right word, the most potent, we don't have access. And do you know what? If they gave us access, do you know who would benefit? The affiliates. They don't give a shit now. But now I'm losing my way. So,
you ever had anyone put
CrossFit needs its own media team, not a marketing team. You don't get it. Not a marketing team. You need a media team. Sorry, say that again, Andrew.
No, mine's irrelevant, but I like what you just said there.
Yeah, they need a media team. They're just rudderless. They have no leadership, no media. Hey, and when Greg got rid of the media team in 2018 and the CEO that he had in place got rid of the media team, it left us completely impotent. It's like showing up to an orgy with no cock. It's like you can do nothing. You will not participate.
You can do something, just not quite as much as everyone else.
Is this title Brooke Wells has too much power clickbait? Because you don't go. I got right away. You triggered me. Because I don't like the idea of you claiming that athletes are running the show. But what is the Kelly Clark situation is pretty crazy. In that semifinal, the scores for 4th, 5th, and 6th were 441, 442, and 443. Kelly Clark was 1 point shy of making it there. And if Brooke Wells would have been called on that
it's not clickbait.
Class, it's not. Okay.
No, she does. And it's not her fault.
Would you call what she did cheating?
I wouldn't call it cheating. I would say that she's just doing the exact thing that Travis Mayer is considering, which is trying to make the repetitions easier and getting away with it.
So
I'm not saying he's considering it. He says he doesn't want to do it, but it's almost like if you're going to play in the space, it's what they're allowing, which is the worst fucking part. That's why. That's the cause for all of this. so that you don't put people like Travis Mayer in a position to like degrade his standards.
Or even Brooke Wells. But here's the part why I think it's clickbait, what you said, and unfuck me, please.
Yes.
The judge would have gone his whole life without knowing that she clasped her legs. If that video hadn't come out, which is amazing, we'll talk about that she dimed herself out, which is just nuts. So in that, I feel like there's an admission that it's not that she has too much power. It's just that the judge was in the wrong place. When you say Brooke Wells has too much power, you're insinuating.
Who was interviewed at the end of the competition, Sevan?
I don't know who.
The competition. Who won that competition? The women's field.
I can't remember.
Daniel Brandon.
Okay.
Who was interviewed?
I don't know who.
Brooke Wells.
Oh, okay.
Where'd she finish?
Fourth. Barely. She could have even been sixth. Yeah, by 1 or 2 points. Right.
What does that tell you?
So you're saying that because
3, 2, 1.
Because she's so much more popular.
Okay. I'm stealing this from Max El-Haj, I believe. Train Think Tank. But in his episode,
those fucking guys over there, some guy on Max's show last night said that Justin Medeiros is not going to win this year or some shit like that. You better stop doing podcasts drunk and stoned and high on crack. Medeiros is going to fucking toss you, the whole fucking team. Sorry, Travis, out the fucking window. Justin's unbeatable. Don't even look at first place. He's better than fucking Tia. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm trying. It was actually good as I'm trying to wrap a good way around this for you to understand. But let's say you're watching Conor McGregor and whomever else is fighting him, and Conor McGregor gets knocked the fuck out, and they're just standing over him like, okay, we're gonna wait for you to wake up because everybody likes you more. And then they don't even go interview the guy who won.
Right.
Like Daniel Brandon won. They should be interviewing her. Or let's say it's a Masters event and everyone knows who Tiger Woods is, and he just made a big comeback. He got in a car accident. And let's say he's in 6th place, and at the end of the competition, Rory McIlroy wins. They don't interview Rory; they interview Tiger Woods.
Right.
And now, what does that tell you? It says they don't do that in the PGA, and they would never do that for Conor McGregor. I would think, but they're doing that in CrossFit. Brooke Wells, she came back from her elbow injury. What does this mean to you? And it's not her fault. She's just playing her life. She's playing.
Fuck out, man.
But you're making a leap there, aren't you? That just because she was popular enough to get interviewed, that they gave her a pass also on her reps. Aren't you making a little bit of I mean, that's a strong.
I'm not saying they gave her a pass on the reps because we've already dictated the point that the judge is in the wrong spot and that they could.
Okay. You're not saying that.
There's another. All right. There's way more to there's way more to this than just that event, because we also have the sandbag event where I had like, this is the best judge on the MAC and he was giving her no reps, but there were a handful of other reps there that also should have been no reps. I don't even remember. It's
look at Andrew's not sure whether he wants to fight the fight or not. He's like, should I let this one go or should I fight with someone? Should I let this one go? Should I fight with someone? Go ahead.
I would
Andrew
say
gets
that
his shit together. I think I stunned him.
All right, yeah, talk. Hi,
caller.
caller.
Hey, it's Patrick.
Hello, Patrick.
So
Patrick Clark?
regarding the interview, it is Patrick Clark.
Hey, how are you?
Fine. What's up, Andrew? What's up, Savant?
Hi. Welcome to the show.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, you asked Lauren to come on the show, but you never asked me to come on the show.
I didn't ask Lauren. I lured.
You did. You did, because she was asked. When it was first presented, that she came to me and was like, "Hey, Savant's sliding my DMs and asked me if I'd come on the show." I'm like, "Yeah, of course you should go."
You know how Hansel and Gretel got tossed in the oven, right? They laid out the line of popcorn, and then they went into the house, and then next thing you know, they're being
Mark Fuentes. It doesn't matter the injury she came back from. It matters who won the fucking competition. Daniel Brandon won the competition. You interview her, Mark Fuentes.
All right. So Savant might have a better.
Of course I do. I don't even know what you're going to say, but of course I do.
All right. So it comes down to a broadcasting thing. You know, it's a compelling storyline. The compelling storyline was Brooke sitting at the finish line crying. She barely made it. He is there. It's almost a home crowd. I mean, that's what you're going to do. I mean, it happens in every sport. You don't necessarily interview the winner every time. You interview the broadcast decides who to bring in that will bring in ratings or whatever. It just comes down to that. It's the broadcast that decides that. It wasn't CrossFit that decided that.
I'm just wondering, just really quick. This looks like a pretty compelling storyline to me too. I don't know if you can see this.
Why do you say that?
Just because if you're choosing who you're going to interview, they passed on this young lady, Miss Danielle Brandon, and they went with Brooke Wells. Hey, boxing doesn't hide it at all, Patrick. To kind of agree with you, the Ryan Garcia, the boxer from California, even when he had, I think now he's got millions of Instagram followers, but even when he had 500,000, they would say on the shows on ESPN, hey, he's getting these fights because of how many followers he has on Instagram. And I'm not hating on CrossFit for that either. She's got 1.6 million followers, and it's going to help propel everyone forward, use it. But I don't think that's what they're doing.
Well,
for all we know, Danielle Brandon was in the bathroom, right, Patrick? I mean, seriously.
I think at the time she was actually I think having an interview with us.
Okay, but with us, you mean the Morning Chalk up in you and Lauren?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but I mean,
you think Hiller's on the conspiracy train too much?
It depends on what the subject is. Like, I don't know. I think he might be onto something when it comes to some athletes having certain, some power, but I don't think they have as much power over judges as some people would think. Like the judge that he brought up in the video, I know that guy. He's actually a really good judge. He doesn't judge the games. He's actually on the scoring team during the game. But I won't say his name, but it's one of those things. Judging, especially for legless rope climb, where they're placed. And I think I made a comment about it earlier. Is like he wasn't put in that place. He was put in that place for a number of reasons. One, by the broadcast, and also for safety considerations as well. Because if he was on the other side judging to see where if her legs clamped or whatever, he's going to get a lot of rope in his face too. He's going to get slapped in the face
he could have worn a mask for that. What are those called? The 1950, the CD50. What are those masks?
N95.
N95. He could have just put on an N95 and a pair of goggles.
Probably.
I should be running events.
You should. You should have your own Savon Classic.
The California Hormone Games.
Yes.
With the money we save from testing, Justin Medeiros will be taking home.
Yeah. But
hey, by the way, just so you know, we weren't blaming the judge at all, Patrick. We 100%. Okay, good.
Yeah, I was just mentioning because I know some people in the comments, obviously it's the comments, but they say stuff like that. It's like the judge signed up or there's no conspiracy theory. In my opinion, being at the event, knowing the judges, knowing the organizers, there's no conspiracy theory there. I mean, in my opinion, like I said, I mean, Andrew can do, he does great stuff, obviously, and people are interested in seeing what he says. And me and him have many conversations about this, but when it comes to judging, I really don't think there's this cabal of judges who are trying to, get certain athletes to the game. I think for the most part, the judges are honest and they're doing the best they can, especially considering the environment that they're in now.
I think Andrew agrees with that.
I agree with that.
That they're doing the best they can, but okay, I don't want to fall down that hole. I do, but I just want to find out, is this video, what's the title of this video mean? Is Andrew Hiller saying that that Brooke Wells gets away with shit because of who she is in the broadest sense?
I think,
does she have too much power?
In my opinion,
in
my opinion, I think,
and he already admitted it's not her fault. So we're not putting we're not blaming her.
I think she does. I think there's history kind of dictates it. I think it goes back to the whole capacity, the whole capacity. Yes. The whole capacity statement, and I think that kind of,
and we all have to make point who was at the head of everything at that point, Mr. Dave Castro. So
unacceptable, Dave.
Unacceptable, Dave.
Is that the type? Was that his nickname back then? Unacceptable Dave.
Unacceptable Dave. No, capacity Dave. Capacity
Dave. But it just kind of set a bad precedent. I remember when that statement came out, it kind of like, it it upset some judges. It really did. I mean, I was one of the judges. I was actually one of the judges that actually got to see that video and sent that videos up with some, you know, with some markings and stuff like that. And then, you know, 3 weeks later, the capacity statement comes out, and it kind of, that's one reason why I stopped judging. It's like, I'm like, why am I doing this? If, you know, what people are trusting me to do, and it's no longer happening.
Are you saying you were on the back end and you were just like reviewing videos and that came across your desk?
I was the first line on the back end when it came to the video review.
And it just watered away, and you were like, nope, this is no good.
Pretty much.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, Patrick. Well, thank you very much for calling. Pleasure to talk to you. Please call back anytime. Great having you on the show, brother.
All right, man.
Okay.
All right. Have a great Sunday.
Good
Bye.
talking to you, Patrick. Do we have another one coming in?
We did. I hung up on him. Sorry. From Loveland, Colorado. It's very primitive.
I know that person.
You do?
No, maybe. I know
very
a couple people in Colorado.
There's a video I'm not going to talk about much, but it is pretty funny. It's called I Hate Internet Scammers, and there's a back and forth that Andrew has, and it is very funny, and I highly recommend you watch it. Great video to watch while you're
I couldn't believe somebody went all through all that for $30. That was it. They just wanted their $30, and I was like, haha. I'll fight you.
It's a great video. Review of the Fittest. So what's fascinating about that movie, there's a video that Andrew makes here. It's called Contaminated Supplements. Dave knew this whole time. CrossFit Open, less than 101.
Reviewing the Fittest nearly a decade later.
Well, I don't see it. Where
it's got the red bat logo with Guy doing a jerk. Dave knew this whole time.
Oh, that's it? Oh, shit. I don't even know. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this was 2 days ago. It's called Reviewing the Test of the Fittest. This truly is an amazing piece of work, and it was made by Ian Wittenberg, which I think is the
video.
Which I think is the only employee that I fired other than when I had to do the mass firing, when I was told to fire everyone on the team. Ian was the only one like we just couldn't get along. A fascinating story, mine and his relationship. I hope I should tell it one day. I wonder if he'd come on the show and we can talk about it. I failed Ian as a leader.
Wittenberg?
I failed Ian as a leader. Dude, hardest fucking working dude ever. Basically lived in the office.
I wonder if you can get him on the Savant team.
No, I can't have him. I can't have him.
He's too big time now.
No, not that he's not. No. He's everyone's too little time. It's just he has the, I don't want to bash him, but an amazing hard worker, extremely talented, super creative.
He made a good video and
nice enough. Anyway, I hired him and dispatched him. I failed him as a leader. I was unable to lead him. But he made this video. This was the same year that the Rich Froning Fittest Man in History came out, I believe. And I believe, if I recall correctly, we were just trying to make one documentary that year. Heber and Mars were just trying to make one documentary. And Ian Wittenberg and I think Mariah
this one came out the year before.
Okay, yeah. When we got so much footage that we realized that we could make Heber. I think Heber led the crew on that. We got so much footage that Heber decided we'll just make a separate Rich Froning documentary. And so Ian released Fittest on Earth, and then a year later the Froning doc came out. Pretty crazy, right? It split. It was one movie, and then it split into two.
This 30-minute video had 2.7 million views.
2.7 million views?
Yeah, and I can say that I probably watched that 30 times because
it's so good. It's so good.
And my video about it is just about that last 3 minutes, where they kind of bring up, in 10 years people will be doing this, someone will be doing this, someone will be doing that, and that's what I thought was the cool part about it. Was back then I was sitting there thinking, I wonder if people could be able to do that, and it's already happening a lot.
The historian and anthropologist Andrew Hiller specializes in CrossFit, has a PhD in the subject matter. Once again, watch this video. It's Dave knew this whole time, and he goes through this old test of fitness and shows you what the sections of the movie that were predicting the future. It's really cool. Have you ever spoken to Adam Klink?
I haven't spoken to him, no.
Yeah, me neither. I've always wanted to have him on the show.
He's that was awesome. His back squat in a mile. That was so cool.
Insane.
My best mile is close to that, and my best back squat is close to that, and
to do them both.
Cool. To do them both, yeah.
You said I bet in this video you say I bet half the athletes. Hang on, guys. Everyone's gonna love this. Hiller and I are about to go to war. I bet half the athletes at games can't do. Oh, sorry. You say that all the athletes at the games can do Fran in 2:15. I don't think half of them can do it in 2:15.
Why?
I just don't.
Is this an anthropometrics thing? Like their limbs are too long, they're too tall?
No. I just don't think
the layout of the floor look like.
I just don't think that those guys practice Fran like that. I don't think you can do a 2:15 Fran unless you practice it for the vast majority of people, including the games athletes.
What's your best Fran?
I don't want to tell you. I bet a dude $100. I bet Hollis Malloy, it was either 50 or $100 that I would have a sub 3-minute Fran someday.
7.
Not even close. I never even got close.
Did you see the field of people at Granite Games do the thrusters and handstand walk event? You did.
Yeah.
Do you see how fast they're moving in that barbell? That barbell is heavier than the 95, 65-pound barbell.
Yeah. What was it?
And I think it was 115.75 or 115.80, maybe at Granite Games, and they were flying. I would bet that 95% of the athletes at the games can do Fran in 2:15. Now they can't have
95% of the individual men and women at the games, 60 people.
As long as it isn't like a Matt DeLugo, it's always too tall to do it that fast. Sort of.
I understand. I'm not going to do anything tricky like fucking put Oxycontin in their protein in their podium before they start, or lower the bar to like 3 feet high. Okay. I wish Caleb was here so we could make a poll. I wish Caleb was here to make a poll. This is horse shit, people.
If you have like the bar and the pull-up bar right there, I bet that they can all do it.
Hiller loves the athletes so much and believes in them so much, and it's caused him to have cognitive dissonance.
I thought you were going to take the route, which was they don't train that time modality as often. You're saying they don't practice, but
sure. Time modality, those movements. I just think to get below a 245 Fran, you have to be working on it. I think that I bet you half the field hasn't done Fran in a year when they show up to the games.
Yeah, but they don't need to because it's just so easy for them.
I don't think that's true.
You don't. I hope the first workout this year is Fran. I hope
everybody. Me too.
I hope everyone goes sub 215 and then one person's like 216. You go, I told you so.
Me too. 216. That's all I need. 216.
You need a single 216. I know that's really fast. I would say under 220, 100%, under 215, close.
Wow.
There's no reason they can't. It's 45 pull-ups. They can do that.
What's your fastest, Fran?
211.
Wow.
In come the comments saying he probably doesn't lock out his elbows, but yeah, 211.
No, not probably. Does not. One of them only. It was like this. This is how he does it.
Yeah, how's this doing? By the way, we can see. Fuck.
Oh my God! You need another surgery.
I know, and then that's the other way. So
name names. Who do you think can't do it in 215? DeLugos can't do it in 215. How about that? Just right off the bat, boom. Oh, but he hasn't made it to the games yet.
He hasn't made it to the games yet. Fikowski. He would struggle, but that's because of his height.
Fikowski cannot. Yeah,
I already said that doesn't count. I know. I said it, and I go.
Jason Hopper can't. Jason Hopper can't.
I would bet he probably could.
He cannot.
All right, Jason Hopper, $1 million. Do it under 215. I bet he fucking does it.
This one's really gonna hurt. Dallin Pepper cannot.
Why?
That hurts. James Sprague cannot. They just can't. They're fucking giants. They have world-class Fran times. Don't get me wrong. James Sprague 249, Dallin Pepper 301. I'm telling you, they're good. They're good enough to win the games. These guys at some point.
James.
Do you know who does? Do you know who does have a 215 Fran? Saxon Panchik, Justin Medeiros.
I hope he's watching this.
Yeah, Colton Wood. Yes, that is correct, Eric. Thank you. And Colton Merton does have a 130. That's true too.
You know what we can do? They did Fran in 2011, 2012, the finale. It was that 3-parter, and I can pull up the leaderboard and check that out.
Do you have that? Can you share it?
No, you haven't given me the powers yet, but I'm gonna let me check to see if it's accurate first on the leaderboard, or maybe helping will say, never mind, don't do that.
Oh, Kenya, that would be dope if you could. Yeah. I bet you. Yep. Let's go. Let's throw Tudor on there too. Tudor can.
All right. So that year, Froning hit a sub.
Hey, you know who else can? Mal O'Brien can.
She certainly can.
Yeah.
Scott took one of the 241 Fran that year.
Who did? Saxon?
Scott in 2012 it was. And so it was a 3-part workout. It's not like it just said, hey, go do Fran. It was Elizabeth, Isabel, and then Fran. So they had done 3 workouts already. And then the 3rd workout was Fran. And they were
that's
doing
nuts.
About 3 minutes. That was cool. I like that. They may have their Fran on their games profile. Ooh, that's a good idea. I wonder if
the games. First of all, the games profile that's unfair. I mean that's in my favor of the argument. There's no the games profile is just pathetic.
All right, Jason Hopper. Oh my God, Seth, I need you to do something for me really quick.
Yes.
On a tab, type in Jason Hopper CrossFit and then pull up his games profile. Just like Google Jason Hopper CrossFit. Click on the athlete. You're going to lose your mind. And his Fran time is 2:15. Haha.
Jason Hopper games profile.
Holy, you gotta share your screen. This is good.
Wow. I had no idea what you're talking about. Incredible. Hey, he's very Batman-esque.
Isn't that wild? That's so funny.
Yeah, that's a beautiful games profile. Wow.
And then scroll down for me.
Yeah.
Scroll down even more. Keep going. It's almost like we planned this. It's right there. Stop. Fran.
Okay. So let me explain this Fran time, Jason Hopper's Fran time. I'm going to give you my theory on this. This was 2 or 3 years ago when he was obsessed with CrossFit. And when people get obsessed with CrossFit in the beginning, all they do is Fran and Helen. Oh, Grace. I found Grace. I'll start doing Grace. Isabel. Fran. Isabel. Fran. And one time he got a 216 and he took 1 second off because he when he looked at the clock, he figured he did it 1 second faster. That's my theory.
Yeah, Hopper, Sevon's talking shit.
I'm not. I'm a thinker.
Can you believe that he's got that picture on there?
Yeah,
Fikowski doesn't have a Fran listed. I love that Batman thing right there.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
That was funny. I didn't see that coming.
Oh shit! How are we on time? You good?
I'm good. I got at least 50 minutes.
2023. We're moving to the video that's 2023. CrossFit Open, less than 100,000 signups.
Did you like the intro to that one? That one I tried to get clever with.
I'm trying to.
That was the one that opened up with. Dude, it's the top. It's second to the top right.
Oh, right
that
here.
One. Yeah.
Let me see. Oh yeah. Great opening. Yes, great opening.
Which is basically getting riling up the troops for the war.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Who are our troops? The participants in the Open.
You put up a poll and got almost 6,000 people to vote on it. Where did you put that poll up?
Instagram.
Wow.
Isn't that wild? It's like, holy shit. This is so cool.
That's a massive poll. When we put up polls on this show, it's like we get like 80 people in one column and like 62 in the other.
Well, but that's like the live call-in show. I would wonder what would happen if you put one on Instagram like that.
Well, I don't. 6,000 people don't ever even see my account. It's crazy. 56% of the people in the poll said they're not going to sign up for the Open.
So I knew that might be the case, but I also thought that maybe they haven't been signing up for a while. So I made the next poll, which said that they won't be signing up specifically because of what's going on this year.
And what is that specifically? What's going on?
57 times CrossFit is fucked up. CrossFit doesn't filter the leaderboards for workout number 3. CrossFit sends the wrong semifinal Masters athletes to the games.
The lack of integrity around the sport, the shit show, the fact that it's not a sport and there's no controlled rules or guidelines or boundaries.
Yeah. And I think the big thing I try to drive home here is that there's no guiding light. They don't like really give us anything to say. And all I wanted them to say was, the point of this video was, if they tomorrow were to say, hey, we're going to open up the leaderboard, we're going to let the judges kind of dictate the leaderboard, whoever takes our judges course that we make you pay $10 for, that might sway a lot of these people. I think I had like 600-700 people say that they would not be signing up next year because of this year. And that's my little profile that had a slight amount of votes. So if you extrapolate that up, I would have to say that they're probably in like the 30 to 40,000s of people who aren't going to sign up, which is a bunch of money they're missing out on.
Yeah, it's half $500,000 to $1 million
with 40,000 people at $20. It's yeah, okay. All they got to do is make a statement about doing the right thing.
Some people might say it sounds like Andrew Hiller's being arrogant when he says he knows stuff, but I want to tell you the truth. He does know stuff. When you make a video every single day and you have a community start building around you, you start collecting massive amounts of intel.
That's actually wild.
Intel that could never fucking get into anyone at HQ, because they're in an isolated echo chamber. But when you have a leaderless community next to you, the people in that community will then start feeding Andrew intel too. So the amount of intel that comes into him, he can't even keep up with it. This person's on steroids. I saw this person touch this person inappropriately. This person over here never liked CrossFit. This person here took the job because of this. I used to be this person's boyfriend and he did this. I mean, it pours in. How do I know it? Because it pours into me too. You can't even keep up with it all. You know, and I disregard 99% of it, by the way. Like most of the shit that people think I care about, I just don't. I don't care if so-and-so has 3 fucking illegitimate kids. But that information is pouring into him because people are coming out of the woodwork like crazy. Go ahead, Andrew. Sorry.
You're in a similar position as I am. And I had a video where you're talking to Dave about you were afraid of going live. And what part of you afraid going live is that you might say the wrong thing and everyone's going to hear it. You can never retract that thing.
Correct.
The first show I did with you, that was what I was most afraid of, because what you just said is you get a lot of information, which I have in my head. And if I'm editing a video, I can take that out. That, oh shit, that's like not public knowledge. That incriminates me here or there. And there is a lot of stuff that, like, as much as I'd like to say a lot of these things, you just can't. And I'm sure you're in the same boat, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I know some stuff, and you know a lot more than I do.
And I don't want to paint a dishonest picture too. Like sometimes it's tempting, like to be like, okay, I don't want to say that because like what we said, the capacity thing. You know, when Brooke Wells said she had enough capacity, and that was under Dave's realm. I don't like saying that. But being honest and having integrity trumps everything.
Yeah,
it has to. You have to.
Yeah, we can't just say Dave's the best. It only means anything if you also say things like that, I think.
People want to support CrossFit. That's half the reason they pay for the open, correct? That's why they pay affiliate fees too. But with the fuck ups, the silence, only releasing to morning chalk up vague guidelines make them not want to pay. Sevon, why are you so blackballed from CrossFit? Why didn't they hire you back after the bleep show? I don't know what the bleep show is, but I had the most popular man in all of CrossFit, I would argue, on my show a couple of days ago. So I don't know if I don't know if blackballed is the right word.
Interesting.
Correct. But I understand your question, and I am kind of playing a game and avoiding it. Not avoiding it because I don't want to say the answer, because I just don't want to get into it. I want to go dig into Andrew Hiller's videos more.
Helpin says that DeLugos has a 245 Fran, by the way.
Yeah, that means it's once again 2:46. But then when he looked up at the clock, he gave himself a second because of that 1 second it takes to turn his head. You think G got a pass because he's Guy? You think Guy got a pass because he's famous?
All right.
This is, by the way, I'm on HillerFit YouTube station. We're talking about the 2023 CrossFit Open, less than 100,000.
Did I say he got a pass because he's famous?
I don't know.
I don't think I said that.
Okay.
because I don't think it's ever crossed my head that that's the reason why.
Okay.
I do, however, see the correlation between what you would see as famous and Guillermo Harros being the strongest person in the community. He had just gone to the games, won the sprint, he won the snatch at the 2021 games. He's going to compete in his home country, which actually looks like a well-run competition with a whole bunch of people around. With the
Looks
judge,
like an amazing competition.
it
Yes,
looked like it was crazy.
Yeah.
And everyone's waiting for him to do this event since the second that the CrossFit people that may be put these workouts out. And here it is right now. I don't think it's because he's famous. I think it might be some sort of correlation between that and famous, but there's just a lot of pressure on that judge right there, who's a volunteer, to make the call that would have shut all that down in half of a second. I was on Jason Ackerman the other day, level 4, and he judges at the CrossFit games. And I go, you're in that position. What do you do? And he hit a little bit of like, I'm like, Jason, you're the man. You're the level 4 guy. There are only 50 of you in the freaking world. What do you say? He goes, well, it's a no rep. I'm like, that's it. That's the whole thing. You just told me exactly what I needed to hear. Right there, you're in that position. You call a no rep. And he said, yes. Jason Ackerman, level 4 CrossFit coach. 1 of 50.
On top of that, Justin Berg admitted that Guy's a needle mover.
Right?
Where'd
you hear that?
He said, Justin said it. He's a needle mover. He moves the fucking needle. He is the entire fucking ecosystem.
Oh, you're right.
No,
okay,
not that
I
kind
do
of needle.
Hearing this.
Yeah, not Justin, not that kind of needle. Basically, Guy is huge in Brazil. But the videos, I'll tell you something that I hate sharing this kind of information. Any videos I do with Guy on YouTube, I think he's been on my show twice. They're the ones that make the most money, not only because they get a lot of views, not the most necessarily, definitely not the most, but because the click-through rate and the money you get paid for people watching YouTube in Brazil is so much higher than it is in the United States, I think. And he fucking moves the needle. By the way, I don't understand why he blocked you. You didn't even say anything bad about him.
That might be the first time it's public knowledge.
Oh
yeah, I'm
sorry.
blocked by. You ruined my ability to make a video. See, this is
Sorry.
why we can't go live.
Well, yeah, fuck. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
I feel like an asshole.
Yeah, he blocked me, and I realized it when I was making. What video was I making? Oh, the reviewing the test of fitness video. I wanted to go pull a video of him doing a lift because he was the one that I wanted to use as the guy who can clean and jerk 400 pounds and run a sub 5-minute mile. And I'm like, wait a minute, I can't find him. And then I had to figure out that he blocked me.
Man, I'm thinking that there's another way. Like if I'm Guy, I maybe after you make the videos that show that, I go back to my garage and I say, this one's for you, Hiller, and I make a heart and I clean and jerk 350 or something. You know what I mean?
Think so, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, just for fun, just for fucking, or he clean and jerks a dog or a giant dildo. He clean and jerks a giant dildo and says, this one's for you, Hiller, instead of blocks you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, get the ball rolling.
Everyone makes it so personal, and I guess it's hard to not make it personal because it literally is a picture of him, record or no rep, and I'm talking about his thing, which is super cool for him, but he's just in a position to be talked about. And like you're saying, like lean into it, like come back at me, let's go.
Hey, Patrick Clark says athletes from South American countries said there was a lot of bias and favoritism shown by the organizers then. You mean for him? Well, I was watching a High Rocks event, and their world record holder is Hunter McIntyre. And I remember seeing in one of the videos, he went to go do the wall balls, and his judge handed him the fucking ball. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I got a itch on my tank. Can you scratch it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. My goodness.
Kenneth says that he applauds that I'm not afraid to get blocked. And I think that
he's not afraid, but he doesn't want it. I don't think you want to get blocked. I mean, there's no hate. Everyone respects the fuck out of Guy, I think. Everyone respects the fuck out of Brooke Wells.
I competed with Guy in 2019 at Lollapalooza, and I thought we were cool. I guess things change. We were in the same heat, same division, talked in the warm-up corral and all that stuff.
In 2008 at the CrossFit Games, Matt Mursky was doing clean and jerks with 155, and he would be drop the bar from the top and let it bounce and catch it.
Yep.
And I thought it was fucking brilliant. And Dave stood over that heat about 15 feet above them on a mound of dirt. And he gets on the megaphone and yells at Mirsky, "That's a fucking no rep." Even though Mirsky's got his own judge.
How excited were you to bring that up?
I mean, I was so
This is
upset.
good.
I thought Mirsky should have been rewarded for it, but I bet you agree with Dave. Like,
Sevan,
listen, motherfucker,
Sevan. I made a video at one point about there is a reason that CrossFit is so cool, and it's because I always would fight to the day that I die saying that the person who wins their CrossFit games is the fittest person on earth. And it's because I know things like what you just said. Someone like Dave Castro stand over the top, like, that isn't the way that's supposed to fucking look. Stop doing that.
Yeah, right in the middle of the competition, starts yelling at him. I'm like, oh, fuck.
And that will lead you to the fittest on earth. It's like everyone's doing the same thing, the same way, the same intention.
Yeah.
And no one's getting away with anything.
Yeah.
That is you right there. That's the root of all of this. I walk into a Globo gym and you look at this person, you're like, okay, that squat wasn't below parallel, but I don't know what their goals are. Maybe they're a football player. Maybe they were taught wrong. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what their intention is.
Right.
But when you have someone like Rich Froning doing a squat, you know their intention is to be the fittest on earth. You know that they're supposed to be doing things a certain way, yada, yada, yada. Every single person up and down the entire leaderboard is doing the exact same thing. You take someone like an Adrian Peterson or a Saquon Barkley, who people are like, if they dabbled in CrossFit, they would blow everybody out of the water. Like, yeah, okay, but all of a sudden they got to play by the same rules. So where I said maybe they play football, that quarter squat that Saquon Barkley did at 700 pounds, that doesn't count. Why? Because there's standards, because there's rules that everybody else plays by, and your 700-pound squat doesn't count.
Saquon Barkley, was he in that movie The Wire?
No, he's a running back on the New York Giants, but he's like a specimen of a man. I think he hit like a 4.05 clean as a 17-year-old in high school.
Wow.
And it looked like dog shit. But that shows you how strong he is. Like if he would have been into Olympic weightlifting and refined his technique, he's got like 500 pounds in there as a 19-year-old, which is ridiculous. But he plays the sport where he makes all the money, and everyone makes the argument that, you know, if CrossFit had $30 million, people like Saquon Barkley would be interested in it. And they might be, but they would have to play by the same rules. And the rules are the ones where you've got people like Dave Castro shouting down at the person doing the clean and jerks the wrong way.
Yeah.
So that's not right. You see Saquon Barkley do a 700-pound squat. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, that's so cool. It's so heavy. And Dave's like, yeah, you didn't get low enough. That didn't count. The 500-pound rep counts, though.
Hey, you would love that part of the movie, because then I go over and interview Matt Mirsky, who I really like, great guy. And I was like, I said something to him like, hey, what happened? You got in trouble for the standards? And he goes, what fucking standards? There are no fucking standards. It's a great line.
Is that in Every Second Counts?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've
got that video. I've got it on DVD. I wonder how I can get it onto my iPhone.
Contaminated supplements video. It was
finally.
It was published 4 days ago. It's 23,000 views.
Really quick, you know that Craig Ritchie, Nate Edwardson did that, right? We're now an hour 45 in, and this is what the video is titled. And we're finally getting to it.
What do you mean?
It's like, we got to talk about this. And then like they talk about it way at the end of the episode, or like, you'll never believe what Rich Froning said. And then like 15 minutes into a 20-minute video. He said this. And then
no. I got no. You're trying to compare. No. I will not tolerate that, Mr. Hiller.
Savan, Nate Edwardson, Matosian. All right, carry on. I'm sorry I cut you off.
That hurt. I took a bag of supplements. The guy really said that? Oh, wait. There's one more thing I wanted to. Oh, sorry. I want to go back to this other video. 2023 CrossFit has less than 100,000. Somebody on their IG asked, so on the CrossFit Games IG, someone wrote, you talk about this in the video, and I wanted you to contextualize this. Someone from CrossFit who runs their Instagram account wrote, have you seen the press conference? You remember that?
Yeah.
Can you contextualize that for me? Are those guys fucking complete morons over there?
You said echo chamber, right?
Who runs the CrossFit Games Instagram? This is fucking complete idiocy. First of all, you guys have never had a press conference. Never. Not
See,
this year.
when-
You have
when-
not
when-
had one. Stop lying to yourself.
When you say shit like that, you're going to confuse people. There was something called a press conference.
Oh my goodness.
But what you're saying is that it wasn't a press conference because we weren't invited.
Not just us invited.
Anybody.
No. Yeah, it's closed.
Correct.
It's the echo chamber.
I can't believe you brought that up because I kind of forgot about this. Yeah, there's like a post. They put that lift up, right? It was Guillermo Harros lifting, and I write, you might want to take this down. That comment gets like 400 likes, and there's 100 responses underneath it. 100 responses to you might want to take this down. And at the ass end of my comment is the CrossFit Games saying, hey, we decided that it was a re-rack, and have you seen the press conference? We addressed things like that. And this is a week later. 1 week later, they decided to finally jump aboard and say, hey, have you guys seen our press conference? It's like, where the fuck have you been? Where have you been? This is old news. This is so last week. Come on.
It's like the worst kind of comeback too. It's like you shoot someone in the head and everyone's telling you what an asshole you are, and then you post a video of you walking an old lady across the street. But did you see this I did over here? It's like they're so bad. So maybe Scott, that's why I'll never be coming back, because of that.
You've hurt too many people's feelings. They don't want you next to them.
I think that I have to guess that there's a chance that someone there who's invested the 50 million or 100 million or whoever the big investor is going to be like, how did this company go from 2006 and 7 to 300 affiliates to 15,000 affiliates in 2018 on all 7 continents? And they're going to be like, oh, that guy Sevan Matosian was in charge of everything forward facing. And it's more important that we get our money back than worry about him being an asshole and hurting people's feelings. I have to guess. But by then, at the rate that they're going, this show will be bigger than all of CrossFit Inc. At the rate we're going.
I looked at Social Blade yesterday. You're on track for 300,000 subscribers in the next 3 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just so you
by
know.
then,
then I'll have 300. By then I'll have 350 though.
Oh shit. Ricardo,
we're
say
going
something
together.
nice to me. Say something nice to me. Hiller's beating me up.
Hey, that's funny. It comes up Ricardo Mojica. This is Blade.
Oh,
It's
hey,
an old
Blade.
song.
What's up, brother? What's up?
What's up, bro? I actually wanted to touch in on the Guillermo Harros no rep,
Please.
and I want to make it clear. I'm reaching here, but it is a possibility. So the first time I saw it, it was an obvious. I was like, did this motherfucker just do like a quarter jerk and re-rack it? But then when they ran it back, there was like a low camera angle, and that angle tells me is like the closest to what the judge's angle would be, and it's the angle where you could only see his upper body. And it does look like a re-rack. If you're on your knee, I don't know if the judge is standing or whatnot, you could check that out. But if you're on your knee and you're just looking at his upper body, because you're not really checking the athlete's footwork during a jerk, you're looking for lockout and reestablishing position typically.
Hey, Hiller can relate to this perfectly because his fiance thinks he has a 9-inch dick, but it's only a 4-inch dick, and it's all perspective.
It's 4.5, but
so I think you might have something.
Are you down there or are you up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so from that low angle, I'm just wondering if it happened quick, and then by the time he might have even realized something, he's like, oh, fuck, well, he already got it overhead. I'm definitely not. I don't want that smoke. And so, yeah, that's just my 2 cents on the matter, but who knows? I may be reaching. He might have seen the foot and just decided not to, but it is possible from that low angle, it just looked like a re-rack.
Hiller.
Yo.
I think that that's a very valid response, and I think that next time you have a client in, you should drop down on to where that ref was, or even ask Alexis to do it. You have a great athlete there, and see.
Alexis comes from weightlifting. She did CrossFit. She did CrossFit, weightlifting, CrossFit, and then she was one of the most agitated by it. She's like, "That's not what a fucking re-rack looks like," and I'm like. But this angle thing, I think, although he said it might be stretching, I think it's legit. Jason Ackerman,
we know that the judge for Brooke Wells was in the wrong spot. We know the judge, so he couldn't see the leg clamping. Maybe this judge is in the wrong spot, being on his knees down in the front like that.
What did Jason Ackerman say?
Well, he saw the video. What Blade's saying is that he saw it.
You know what? Let's get the judge on. Send the judge a link.
All right.
Do we have the power to do that?
And there's actually there's actually already a video of that low angle I'm referring to. I think it's the one CrossFit posted where they're like, "Yee!" and they talk about his complex. And so that's what made me think, because I knew his foot moved. And even though I knew that, when he re-racked, I thought, hold on, did he re-rack or did his foot move? And I knew it did. And so I was like, if that's the angle that I'm looking at, maybe it just happened too quick and his feet are the last thing I'm worried about. And it just snapped right there.
I'm so soft. I'm so soft on it. I mean, you have me. I want to jump on that bandwagon. I'm so soft on it. I'm the opposite of Hiller.
Anthony Davis did not do that.
That's why you guys are great. You guys are balanced, the yin and the yang. Hiller's like, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh no, let him.
I only want to know how big. I just want to know how long Hiller swings. That's the only thing I care about. I want to know the truth.
long enough. 4.5 inches.
All right, y'all. Well, I'm out. I'm gonna go and keep watching. Keep doing what you do.
All right, thanks, brother. Bye.
All right, peace.
All right.
Anthony Davis didn't do it.
That's true. He caught it here,
which is allowed, and the rules say it's allowed.
God,
he did. The rule said it wasn't allowed.
So impressive, Anthony Davis. Caller, if you agree with me, speak. If you don't, move on.
I do agree.
Okay.
I actually do for once.
Oh.
Most points. And so I was a judge last year at the games, and I want to talk about this whole rope climb thing because they put the judges on the field, right? So they're not going to go around to where many times the athletes are facing. We're on the rope, right? Because one, you can't. They've got these gigantic pads, so you can't there's no judge on the other side either, so you can't just traverse the pad, go to the other side, and start looking at legs. Two, the rule needs to be better phrased because you can't have if it's a legless, right? You can't have any leg touch the rope. What constitutes clamping? How much pressure, how many pounds per square inch is clamping versus just kind of straddling the rope, that kind of thing. It's too ambiguous the way it is now for someone. So I actually kind of give that judge a pass for Brooke Wells. I don't think it was his fault at all. I don't think really the organizers could have anticipated that there's actually someone going to clamp like that when it really isn't standard practice anywhere else, even at the games. I never saw that once.
You're giving the Brooke Wells leg clamp a pass.
Because again, the rule does not, anyone that knows about, anybody that sees the rule for legless rope climbs has one thing in their mind and one thing only, and it's watch the feet. If they're pinching in any way, that's obviously not legless. But that's not what the organizers have. That's not what CrossFit had in mind. They did not look at, what if they're clamping between their legs? What if they're just destroying their pelvic area with a rope? No one's thinking about that. So that little pinch at the top, I don't think anyone actually saw that as an actual advantage at all yet. I think they might.
What you're doing is you're playing with the intention of whether or not she was doing it to garner an advantage, and the answer is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, the answer is CrossFit doesn't know yet. CrossFit doesn't even realize that this is an advantage, and therefore it's not something the judge can say, "Hey, I need to really watch for this," because they're not even included. Again, I've never seen. There's one girl that did it at a local competition that I judged. Dude, she was wrecked. She wasn't even wearing any long shorts or anything. She was just wearing these tiny little booty shorts.
Oops.
And oh my God, dude, she was wrecked because she didn't know how to clamp with her feet. But these are teenage girls. And Brooke is not going to do that on the way up or down. She's just going to do that for a second.
Let me ask you this, caller. I just want to ask you these two questions, and I want to agree with you. Was that we all agree that it was supposed to be a legless rope climb, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you think she did it leglessly?
No, not technically.
Okay.
But again,
then how are we ever going to win Andrew when we can't answer that question? How are we going to beat him? Because I agree with you too. I want to win something from Andrew, but it's not a legless rope climb when she clamps her legs. He wins.
Because all right, but then you'd have to define what is clamping.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So how many, like, at what?
Well, or define what a legless
what
rope climb is. Or define what a legless rope climb is. Your labia majora down to your knee cannot touch the rope.
Well, there you go. Then that has to be an explicit rule before you just say legless and think everyone knows what you're talking about. You can't just say like, well, you just say like it doesn't touch your legs at all, or there's like some sort of
like we need to
obvious
define a
touching
woman. We
going
also
on.
need to define a legless rope climb.
There you go. There you go.
I understand.
They have defined it though.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm 99% sure Brooke Wells is a woman.
I'm more sure than that, I think. All right, Sevon, I sent you a couple DMs. You need to go pull those up because it's in relation to what we're talking about right now. If you don't mind.
I don't know if
I don't know if you have the power to do that.
I don't know if I do.
If they send you to Instagram or their Instagram DMs.
How do I go?
But Hiller, one thing I know that I'm like the judges are never going to try to like, because people spin on the rope too. So they're never going to be in the right position the entire time.
Correct.
They can't circle around the athlete as fast as the athlete's spinning. Yeah.
Correct. Oh yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Okay. So this whole thing about like, oh, they put them on the wrong side. Like there is no right side.
Well, hey, it's okay. This is the final question I'm going to ask you. We both agree that she didn't do a legless rope climb. We all three agree that it was a legless rope climb. But the problem we're having here is they didn't define legless. And never mind. Let's watch this video that Andrew sent really quick. This is what Andrew sent this video to me. There's two videos he sent just now. Let's play this one. Watch this one. Here we go.
Why is it in slow motion? Oh, it's not anymore.
Woo! Ooh!
That's what it's supposed to look like. And I sent you another one too. The other one's funny. Do you know who this athlete is, by the way, Sevon?
No, but her body's insane.
She was on your team for for this competition. That's Jessica Schwartz.
Oh, I picked her.
Picked her.
I picked her in my fantasy league. That's awesome. Good job, girl. Representing.
So you can see that this is the difference. And I mean, there's clearly no leg contact. And this is what I was talking about earlier in the show, where like certain females will go the extra mile to make sure that there's no question. The same way Travis Mayer goes the extra mile to go make sure there's no question. Do I want what?
You want to notice something else interesting? By the time she gets to her lock, she's facing her judge.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about. Yep.
Oh, you were okay. Sorry.
Yeah, the other one up there too, or is that too challenging?
Yeah. No. I will. Give me a second. Greedy fuck.
I know.
But you're just saying, Hiller, if the legs just don't come together, what? Like that's what I'm saying. You're gonna have to define what angle of the legs in relation to each other would be illegal in relation to the rope climb. So, and that's what I'm saying is gonna be impossible. Like if people.
So in the meantime, why are you gonna give her a pass? In the meantime, like why do you give her a pass? Like you already agree that it's not legless.
Yeah, I give her a pass because I don't.
Because she's Brooke Wells. Just say it. Because she's Brooke Wells. Just say it.
Because she has more power than I'll ever know. Is the reason.
Hey, now we get it. So the things you see in these videos is exactly what I talk about, which is the thing they talk about in the back when the head judge is sitting there and they go, the order of operations is you're climbing, you touch, you re-grab the rope, and then your legs can touch and clamp on the rope. It's touch.
Do you agree or disagree with this? That the touching of the whatever the target was and the clamping were simultaneous?
I think that she clamped
on Brooke Wells, she clamps first.
She clamps, then touches, and really she's two orders of operation behind because she has to go remove hand, touch, beam, replace hand, then clamp. And she goes clamp with both hands still on the rope, touch, beam, hand while she's clamped the entire time.
Okay. All right.
And at which rate, it is all quick and it is all like, it doesn't matter if she just can't do it.
Yeah. I just think that CrossFit should make the rule like to look for that specifically and not just say legless. I think it should be because none of us judges were looking for that, and none of us, even in the briefings, were told to look for that. Never.
So they changed that then because that's what I've been accustomed to.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, brother. Thank you. Man, Brooke Wells killing the show today.
And when you watch the two videos I sent you in relation to that video, you see the difference, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like the pushing away on the ring muscle ups versus like an adamant lockout on top by Travis Mayer. One is easier, one is harder, one is clearly harder, but they're doing it because they don't want to be given a no rep.
And if you don't understand what Andrew and I are saying on this show, go over and check out the CrossFit press conference. You will be 30 IQ points dumber, and then none of this will matter to you.
Everything you said made me dumber. I give you 0 points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Back to where we were at, contaminated supplements. I took a bag of supplements. A guy said that recently. One of the athletes said in an interview.
Clydesdale podcast. He saw on the Clydesdale podcast. He was on.
Is that out of context? Why would he say that? He told Kat Shear that?
No, Kat wasn't on the call. But yes, that is what he said. And actually, I got it first through Jason CF Media. I had to go back and reaffirm that was what was said. It's like, you took a bag of supplements, and now you're saying you took a contaminated supplement. It's like, no, you didn't. You didn't take a contaminated supplement. You took a bag. You just said you took a bag.
Yeah.
You took a bag of supplements, and the guy who gave you the bag said, oh, this worked for me. It made me my endurance shoot through the roof. I passed all my tests, and I hear you're in CrossFit. This will help you. Man, I don't know what contaminated supplement I took. It's like the one that says that did the things that the fucking thing does. Idiot.
Yeah, you got to be careful if you're going on a show, because people are looking for details, not ambiguous shit. If you're like, yeah, I went to the street corner and some guy did he say who gave him the bag of supplements?
Somebody that this isn't 100% for sure, but I believe it was somebody with him on his military base. I don't want to conflate that, but that's the way that I remember it. It's like he was doing all of his PT testing. He took the stuff, and then he gave him the stuff because it helped him. That's how I remember it. It's been a while since I listened to it. I was getting so mad. I didn't even want to talk about it because I was so mad by the things he was saying. I'm like, do you not realize you're ratting yourself out? And then Jason CF Media covered it. And I'm like, okay, so I'm not the one who realizes it. And it's like, guys, you guys are also stupid to believe that everybody just, oh, it's always contaminated.
You bring up a story, you show a video where Matt Fraser says to Joe Rogan that there's a lawyer that calls people. It's an ambulance chasing lawyer that calls people as soon as they pop and gives them a menu of 7 things to choose from. I call bullshit on that story.
Did you never hear that before? That's the first time you've heard that?
I mean, I must have heard it when I heard that podcast, but I just don't believe that. Do you believe it?
Do I believe about the lawyer?
Yeah.
I've got 2 sources telling me that now. So yes.
Wow. Same lawyer?
I don't have the lawyer, but in that I referenced the guy that I went on a call with. I have a couple of these people, and I would just pay them so that I could like listen to the things that they had to say, because there isn't much to grab on the internet, and they also don't put this information out for everyone to hear. So I paid him a bunch of money, and that's something that he said as well. Like,
any chance that Fraser and this dude could have the same source?
No.
Wow. Okay. Fine. Fine.
But that's why I'm not real media, because I can say this shit.
Right. It's amazing. I mean,
it's easy money for the lawyer.
And I know that thing. I know that thing exists with DUIs too, right? There's lawyers who specialize in DUI. Why wouldn't there be lawyers who specialize in getting you off of popping for illegal substances?
Did you understand the trickle down that I made from that point though? Which was that in 2017, 2018, this was big, and that's almost probably likely where Fraser was speaking on it from that season with the clenbuterol and the tainted meat. And present day, the way that I think that it's happening is people saw that worked. So then they're going to just say that blindly without having the lawyer behind them, backing them up.
Oh,
so
right.
They didn't get the playbook. They didn't have the 7 spread options. They were just like, I saw that work back then, so I'm going to say that too, without realizing that they're also going to follow it up with saying, I took a bag of pills.
Right.
The lawyer would be like, don't say that. Don't go on a podcast. Don't do anything stupid. And the meanwhile, all they're doing are things that are stupid.
Oh, what Jaden's agent dropped him after that. So is that the dude's name who was on the show who ate the handful of supplements? The bag?
Jaden Franklin, yeah.
Is he an individual or a team guy?
Team. He's on Shoefly.
That's the name of the gym, Shoefly?
It's the name of the team. I believe the other athletes' names are Danielle, Nick, and Sheila.
Is this the? Okay, no. Grover Beach is where Josh Golden was from.
Correct. Yeah, different.
Okay,
gym.
I got my gyms up. Okay, so this guy popped recently for in CrossFit, called him out, and then he went on a podcast to be like, hey, his defense was I took tainted supplements and someone gave me the way I'm hearing this, it was just a random bag of supplements. He just says someone gave him a random bag of supplements. I'm just picturing this bag of pills that are like orange, blue, and red.
I don't envision it that way because I've been in the past, like ZMAs, you know, those. I used to carry on my ZMA pills, like magnesium, B vitamins in like a Ziploc baggie. And I would have them in my wrestling bag. I'd pull them out and everyone would be like, oh, there are your steroids. And it's like, yeah, ha, ha, ha. But that's how I envisioned it. It was just like a bag full of white pills. But those are your average everyday looking pill things.
It in a way, it's kind of the story. It's similar to the story that Ricky Garrard took. But he didn't deny. He didn't say he got tainted supplements. He said someone just gave him some shit. But he didn't say that it was tainted.
He also said that he took him at the regional level actively during regionals, and they didn't pop him during that time.
Yeah.
Jalen didn't talk to his team or his affiliate prior to talking.
Do you know him? Is he a cool dude? Is this like,
do I know Jalen?
Yeah.
I've heard he's not a cool dude.
Oh, that sucks.
I don't know him. And of course I'm speaking now through the back end of the DMs.
Yeah.
But
well, he's probably freaking freaking out too.
Should I blow up 2 of my videos right now? Or should we? I think I could give you something. There's currently there was a GoFundMe for this team, the Shoe Fly team. And apparently Jalen either has a portion or has the money or the access to the account, and he's gone MIA. And the rest of the team is trying to redisperse that games money for the GoFundMe because they're, of course, not going to the games.
Oh, they should start another GoFundMe to return the first GoFundMe. I donate to that.
Or no fund to wait a minute. That makes no sense.
A lot of things don't make sense. I don't understand what your point is, or that it doesn't make sense.
I'm pulling this up here. One of the athletes on the team put up a story.
I would give money to that. I promise you. If you guys start a GoFundMe page to give back the money to the first GoFundMe page, because you know what? You know why? I don't give a fuck that Jalen stole the fucking money. You gave that money to GoFundMe. Fuck off. You gave it. Shut up. I don't care if he buys whores with it, if he stole it to fucking get heroin. You gave that money away. But I did it with the intent of him going to the games. And shut up. I don't care.
Sevan,
don't be attached to your shit. Give your gifts freely. If I find out that Andrew Hiller has been having an affair with my wife, I'm not going to go back and erase all of the videos that we've done together.
He knows.
I don't care. I'm not saying what he did is right. Don't get me wrong. I don't judge people for that shit. I just don't.
1 second. What is Kenya saying?
And I'm not against you making a video about it either. I just don't judge the dude for it. I just don't. I had lots of people steal money from me. I don't judge them for it. I've never lost a friend. I've never lost a friend who stole money from me, and I've had a lot of people steal shit from me. I've never lost a friend.
Homie.
Yeah. Morally superior than you assholes who do that. It's way cooler me and my friend than your friend.
Jiu-jitsu, right? How much are your jiu-jitsu lessons?
They're fucking expensive.
Now, what if the guy just didn't show up?
Oh, it's happening.
Or what if he started like teaching him fucking ballerina dancing or something? You're like, wait a minute, this isn't what I gave my money to you for.
But I don't ask for it back. I just move on.
Okay.
You come to my house. I give you fucking $4,000 worth of weed. You sell it, and then you bring me the money. After doing that for like 6 months, one day you come back to my house and you're like, "Hey, the cops were following me, and I threw the weed out the window, and I don't have your money." And I go, "Okay," and then you go, "Okay, can you front me some more weed so I can sell weed again?" I'm like, "No, you're now a pay first client." It's that easy.
Okay. Okay.
But I still think the video is good. I love this. I love this idea of making this video, of showing that, hey, a guy started a GoFundMe page and there's people upset who didn't get paid. And
I'll probably still make it. I'm gonna make it.
I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love the idea of the video too.
The
I'm
fact
not
that we're
saying that I
having a
don't.
discussion about the fact that I think that they should give the money back and you don't is the entire reason to make the video in the first place.
Yeah, and you'll be in the well, no, and also that I think they should give the money back too. I agree with you there too. I think you should make the video, and I think you should get money back. But the fact that he doesn't make me hate him at all. Like I just think, oh, that's what that dude did.
Take it on the run, baby.
Especially like, I don't know. I was going to talk about fans only. This games athlete, this fucking CrossFit fucking elite level athlete has a fans only page that he's been talking to me about in my DMs.
CrossFit Games athlete?
Yeah, not individual.
That's cool.
And I was like, so people call you up and they're like, so people would DM you on your fans only page and be like, hey, here's 200. He's like, he makes custom videos for them. I'm like, oh, so someone says, hey, will you make a video of your girlfriend sucking my dick and I'll give you $200? And the guy responds to me, goes, dude, they think blowjobs from women are disgusting. It's just dudes wanting to look at my butthole.
Do we know this person? Do I know this person?
I don't know. I haven't shared his name with anyone. I'm trying to get him on
you
the show.
You don't have to. You just have to put the dots together. It's like, hey, I think these people know these people.
I think he's going to come on the show.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Yeah. It's a fascinating story. Some of the best detail. I mean, that's just, it's crazy. I can't, what a trippy age we live in.
Yeah, right. I've got like 4 minutes.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Tainted supplements. Should I take Cardarine? What was the takeaway on that?
Yeah,
I should take it.
Yeah. It'll give you cancer.
It does give you cancer.
All right. There's a bunch of studies done on that. And the idea is they gave these rats way too much of it. So they shut down the clinical trials on it. And they did that because it was giving them cancer. But there's a suggested dosage you're supposed to take with it. And they were apparently giving the rats 4 to 5 times that dosage for like 10 times as long as you're supposed to take it. So does it give you cancer? Yeah, probably. How likely is it? Probably 10% chance.
Okay. No Cardarine for me.
Don't take Cardarine. Did you hear about the other one that I mentioned? GW7042?
Yes.
That one I don't believe is on the WADA banned list. It's supposedly 200 times more effective than GW1516. And you could take it. You could reap the benefits of the 200 times as effective as Cardarine, and you wouldn't pop on a drug test because they don't test for it.
Wow.
But your heart enlarges within 24 hours.
Okay. I'll pass on that one too.
It was just like my point of try. I like to bring that one up because like they don't test for it. You'll reap all the benefits and then some, but it's bound to kill you. So don't take it.
You don't think CrossFit is shielding people?
I don't.
That's awesome. I totally had you read wrong for that. I thought you did.
I think a lot of people do. And every time I'm like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
I think they're shielding people.
I'm
if I found out it happened, I wouldn't be surprised, but oh, fuck, I was wrong. But I am in the camp of I think that the athletes are smarter than people give them credit for.
Well, that's good because of the stuff I post, people think I'm pro-life, but I'm actually pro-choice. I think women should get to choose. I just don't think it should be lied about. And Andrew Hiller doesn't think CrossFit is shielding their top athletes, like protecting them from drug tests.
Ooh, James Townsend, really, Hiller?
Yeah,
Ooh.
I know. James, It was that show.
I remember that.
James, we'll have you back on, and me and you and Hiller will have a slugfest. That'll be fun. Athlete. So what are we gonna do? We how many minutes do you have?
2 or 3.
Okay, here's the deal.
I got to start driving at 25.
Your best 2 videos I haven't gone over yet. They are completely, and I have a page and a half of notes, 2 pages of notes.
Shit.
We will reschedule in the next couple days. Would you do that with me?
Of course.
Okay, thank you. And we'll go over these. If you haven't seen these videos, you need to see these videos. I just want to show you which ones they are real quick. I promise you, you will be so happy you saw these. especially if you're if you're a Hiller aficionado and you watch all of his. You want to watch this one. Athlete, judge, and affiliate removed from competition. It's from one day ago. It has 25,000 views. It has the SpongeBob guys in the front. It's so good. And then
25,000 views. Oh my God.
and then this one, to study history means submitting yourself to these last two videos. Just go watch these now. It's so worth it. This is like really anthropological, historical, going back. This puts everything into perspective. You'll get to be like, oh yeah, Justin is a fucking horrible leader. Or you'll be like, no, they're totally wrong on that. I mean, you're going to get to put some shit together. He connects. I mean, he says he's the connect the dot dude, and they're all connected.
Anthony Andrews thinks I'm getting soft after the Castro interview. And I think he's saying that in relation to me saying that I don't think CrossFit shields them. That doesn't mean that I don't think that people are using them, Anthony Andrews. That means I don't think CrossFit's shielding them.
Andrew, I think that you think that, I think that, and James Townsend thinks that. And so I think that they're, I smell softness. How come Batman in the movies talks like that? Why doesn't he just use Andrew Hiller? I smell softness on you.
You can't, everyone can't be Clark Kent, you know, walking around. We got Kenya Clark in here. Clark Kent.
I'm imitating a voice so no one knows that I'm the Batman, that I'm really Bruce Wayne.
You know, if you put a mask on and ran around, nobody would know who you were. But everyone knows what your voice sounds like. They'd pick you out with a mask on.
Testicular cancer is no joke, Mr. Hiller. I've had it twice. Holy shit. Okay,
I'm trying to say it was a joke.
I know. I'm just
don't take the drugs if you
Yes,
didn't get
yes,
that. Don't take either of those. I am not your doctor.
Brother, thanks for coming on. You demand. Have a great day. I will reach out to you very shortly to reschedule. Keep up the good work. Your content is not only awesome it's creative and informational, but it's a huge inspiration to me. I don't want to think that you work harder than me, as a wise man once said.
Good luck.